What is up, everybody, and welcome to World's Biggest Collectors, episode 38, the show where we bring on the biggest physical media collectors in the YouTube and social media spaces and have a conversation about the thing that we all love, physical media, Blu-rays and 4Ks. And I'm super excited tonight, guys, because I have some legendary YouTubers here tonight, podcasters, horror enthusiasts. I have the Deadpit Boz here tonight. Is that how y'all say it?
Bulls.
Say
Bulls.
Bulls. Boys?
Yeah, Boz is like Brian Bosworth. Bulls is like, I don't know.
It almost sounds like when some people say it around here, it almost sounds like the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, Bulls.
So you say it like that, right?
Yeah. But look, I'm really excited to have you all here. The Creepy Kentuckian. I'm gonna put your names up because I didn't have the logos. The Creepy Kentuckian and Uncle Bill. When did you all start using those names? And where does that come from? Where's it come from? Where does Uncle Bill come from?
I don't even know in 2022 if I can tell this fucking story. Okay. So the name, like when we started the show, like every horror host at that time was like horror hosts that were on television, right? And they all had some sort of weird kind of moniker, like son of something or something like that. So I knew I wanted to have like something like that where it had like a, Uncle something. And then Wes had an uncle that was named
Bill's
Uncle...
not your real name, is it?
No.
Yeah.
Wes had an uncle named Uncle Bill, and he was, to say the least, like a charismatic guy. And
he was everyone's uncle, by the way. Everyone called him Uncle Bill.
Yeah. I know
not
people
just
like
his
that.
nephew.
I know people like
nieces,
that.
Yeah.
All right, so that's where Uncle Bill came from. I think the Creepy Kentuckian's pretty self-explanatory. You like horror, and you live in Kentucky. I think it kind of lends itself well to that name.
Oddly enough, I think I had the name a couple of years before we started Deadpit. It was do you remember AOL Instant Messenger? It was my screen name on there. So
yeah, my wife and I actually met on AOL Instant Messenger. We were in high school. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we went to the same high school, but we started talking on AOL Instant Messenger.
Yeah, that was a big thing there for a while, like pre-MySpace and Facebook and everything, and that was the way everybody kind of...
Yeah, what did you say when you went into a chat room in there? It was like ASL or something? Age, sex, location. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I would never really tell the truth on that. I would always kind of mess with people.
I remember being 14 in an AOL chat room, and I would, act like I was like a 25-year-old or something.
I just think about I was like on that chat back in the day while simultaneously trying to like upload stuff from LimeWire, and then like if you tried to do those two things if you tried to do those two things together back then, it would take like 2 hours to download any kind of song.
It would take at least 10 hours and 45 minutes to download one 4-minute song, and then I would get all my songs downloaded and I could burn them on a CD. And that's how I don't know if I still have some of those CDs. I might actually still have some. I might still have some with some Marilyn Manson and some Limp Bizkit and stuff like that on there. I'm sure I had all the Creed, of course. I'm sure I had all the WWE pay-per-view soundtracks on there on one of those. So, but yeah, excited to have y'all here on World's Biggest Collectors. The first time I think I've had people in my home state. You guys aren't too far from me, I don't think. I think it's the first time I've had some Kentuckians here on World's Biggest Collectors. Wow. So Kentucky proud here tonight. Are you all born and raised in Kentucky?
Oh yeah,
yes sir.
Do you find it weird that there's so many of these people that do these streams that are from Kentucky? I know at least 5 different people that do streams that live in Kentucky, like horror streams or physical media streams or things like that.
I think Kentucky's a secret hotspot for horror fans. Or it might not be that secret, but happy to have y'all here. I'm going to give you all a second to promote yourselves and your channel. I'm just going to take myself out, and then you guys can do it together. And then we'll get back into it. Let everybody know what you're all about over at Deadpits and deadpit.com. Are you guys ready? The floor is yours.
Howdy, folks. I'm the Creepy Kentuckian.
I'm Uncle Bill. Hi.
And we are the ballers and shot callers of horror talk radio all the way back the year 2005, Uncle Bill. It's been that damn long.
Yeah, I mean, we were making this kind of stuff when Arms Wide Open was playing on the radio, I'm pretty sure. So
yeah, so deadpit.com, deadpit on patreon.com. Our Patreon kind of puts everyone else's to shame. I hate to say that, but it's true. Thousands of hours of stuff, hundreds of episodes of podcasts, interviews like George Romero,
John Carpenter,
Angus Scrim,
Tom Savini,
Linnea Quigley,
everybody in the world. Joe Dante. I mean, I could go on and on and on. There's a lot of horror-related interviews.
James Wan. Have you all heard of James Wan?
Yeah.
He's done
It's a little
Fast
bit
and
newer.
Furious.
Yeah.
So check everything out over at deadpit.com.
Awesome. I think I'm just going to take myself out of it, and you guys can just go the whole night. This could be a whole Deadpit stream on the channel. But yeah.
No, man, we do
nice
enough of
name
that.
drops. Nice name drops. I dig the name drops there. But look, we do have 91 people in the chat right now watching us, so I appreciate everybody being here. Definitely, guys, if you haven't yet subscribed to Deadpit, the links are down below. I have your guys' YouTube. I have your Instagram. I have your Twitter. And I have your website. I don't have. Do you all have a TikTok? Are you on TikTok?
We are.
I'll do the TikToks.
I think it's Into the Dead Pit on TikTok.
We don't know how to use it.
I'll have
but
to. I'll
we
have to
got
go
one.
back
I've
and
not.
make your TikTok.
Yeah, I don't
I'll have
get
to go back.
TikTok.
It's hard. I do
it's kinda
TikTok
hard.
for like a week straight, and then I won't do it for like 2 months. It's too much to keep up with. But let's get into this chat. See who we got here tonight. We do have Jack R Movies. He was the first one in here last night when I set the stream, and he says, "Yo, I'm the only one here." And this was last night at midnight. So that's because
he's
you're about
waiting a while.
21 out. He's dedicated. He's dedicated. Dedicated Deadpit fan. Adrian James says he's here too, and he got here about 30 minutes ago. Deadpool Fanatic is here. Deadpool Fanatic says, have you watched all the 3 Lost Boys movies? I'm willing to bet that you guys have.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
We have, yeah.
Yeah, I think we watched the sequels once. So I haven't rewatched them, but yeah, I think we have reviews for those.
I've heard that they're pretty horrible. I have not seen them. I've seen the parts of the first one like years ago. I know I need to watch that movie again. Everybody gets on me about it. Vengeance Media says, let's go. Physical Mediac says, hello, everyone. Vengeance Media sent me. Well, thank you, Vengeance Media, for sending it. My Killer Podcast is here. Says, whoop, whoop. Been looking forward to this all day. What's up, Kenny Levels and Dead Pit Boys? Hail Ratman.
That's it.
What's up, man?
Hail Ratman. Are you all familiar with the Ratman? You guys
I'm
with
not,
the Ratman?
no.
Not with
I've
the
seen
Ratman?
photos, but that's all I know.
Okay. You've seen this before?
Oh,
Yeah.
I think that guy was selling rugs at the flea market last weekend down here.
Have you guys been to the? I'm sure you all have. You been to the world's most awesome flea market in Old Shepherdsville?
No.
You guys been to that flea market?
I don't think so, no.
I can't believe you guys live in Kentucky and you have not been to the world's most awesome flea market. That's crazy.
Buddy, we got the Bull Creek Trade Center down here. We don't need anything else.
I hear you. Let's see. Loving the new merchandise at My Killer Podcast. 100% snagging a hoodie on payday. Let's see. Heck yeah. Everybody's
It's too
talking
hot
to
for
each
a
other.
hoodie. Who wears a hoodie right now? It's like 91 degrees today.
It's so weird. It's like 100 degrees outside, but in my basement right now, it's literally negative 25. So it's like
That's how I
winter
like
down here. So I would wear a hoodie down here right now, but definitely not outside. First day of summer, 95 degrees. It's pretty good temperature. I think it was like 105 yesterday. Hi, Vicky. Let's see. Everybody's saying hi to each other. Lutula Moyer's here. Steve Mares is here. Dead Pit's in the chat as well. Welcome, guys. Cindy Eubanks says, what's up? R&D Studios is here. Anthony's Horror Moore's here. Says, hey, Ken and Dead Pit crew, let's get it. Let's get it indeed. Slaughterport says, the ballers and shot callers, Boz.
Boss.
Garrett's here. He says, hey, balls. Says, hey, balls,
man.
Garrett.
The Rated G
Partner in
Superstar.
crime. You got his T-shirt right there. Yeah, Garrett's awesome. He's getting ready to do a live stream himself. What's up with Garrett doing a live stream?
That's some bullshit.
What is up with that, man? What is up?
Like
you guys better get him in line. I'm gonna tell you all that right now. He has gone.
He's got the Rad Pack or whatever now. Whatever, buddy.
He got his own crew. He's got his own faction. He's like Randy Orton, trying to break off from Evolution. Come on.
It's kind of like you remember the X Factor? That's what we was calling it. X-Pac, Albert, and Just Incredible. That's the faction that he's put together. No offense to anybody, but
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great Uncle Kracker song, though.
They got to work their way up to Evolution level. Or what was Randy Orton's? What was that?
His Legacy, wasn't it?
Oh, okay.
Legacy.
Yeah. Cody Rhodes and.
I thought that was a pretty good faction for how long it lasted. But I think it only lasted like 6 months or something. Slaughter Report says best physical media release so far this year.
Jesus.
Has to be Girls' Night Out, right?
Well, that was a good one. I would go with just right off the top of my head, Drive, the Second Sight Films box set.
That was my number 2 when I ranked them all the other day. Only behind the Godfather collection was pretty killer.
If we're talking about like horror, the one that I really love.
If Singing in the Rain is your favorite of the year, Uncle Bill, you can say that too.
Singing in the Rain was a great film, but no, I was gonna go with Death Game. Like Death Game. Do you have Death Game?
Who put out Death Game?
Grindhouse.
Yeah, I remember everybody showing that one off, but I didn't get it.
I gotta say though, I jumped ahead. Yeah, Death Game. That one's like kind of expensive too, though, right? Wasn't that like 40?
Yeah, that was pretty steep.
$50. Jacko just got released on Blu-ray, so that could possibly.
That could be it.
Yeah, that could.
When's Jacko coming out?
It's already. I think it's already shipping or whatever. So that's
that Vinegar Syndrome.
No, that's a new company. I think Make Flicks or something like that.
I think
Fred Olin Ray and J.R. Bookwalter, I think it's their company.
Holy God! Well, that's quality right there. When you got Fred Olin Ray and J.R.
You need to look up Ken. You need to look Jacko up if you don't know anything about it, because it's.
I don't know.
It's great.
I don't know Jacko. Is it kind of a big deal?
It's sort of a big release. Deal, yeah. The only thing I'm upset about is it's not actually in 4K. It's on Blu-ray.
Oh, well, sons of bitches. I need to put that shit on 4K right away. Wolfsights here says, evening. RK1916's here. Says, hello, everybody. Happy Taco Tuesday. Did you guys eat any tacos today for Taco Tuesday? No taco?
No. I had breakfast for supper tonight.
That's underrated. Breakfast for supper is very underrated.
It's been a while.
Born to be Rad says, shit gonna get wild up in Hey Ya. Is he saying Hey Ya?
Yeah.
The rated G superstar. My favorite, because you guys stream together a lot. I do watch your streams a lot. I watch them a lot on the replay when I'm at work. Y'all give me some good content to watch over the weekend. But I remember one time you were streaming with Garrett and you guys were cracking up about something and you wouldn't stop for like 15 minutes and he sat there and no-sold you guys for like 15 minutes. And it was literally the funniest thing that I've probably ever seen on YouTube.
Yeah.
What we like to do is make really tasteless kind of jokes because we know that he will like no sell it. Yeah. Like we do it almost every show now.
He does not like when I talk about that turtle from Cannibal Holocaust. That upsets him quite a bit.
Yeah, that was a great Born to be Rad Deadpit moment right there. Let's see. Return of the Living Deadpit says Johnny Doe. The mayor says I thought it was balls. I don't know what was balls. I don't know what he's talking about.
That's Rob Jabal's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
the director of The Sadness. Yeah.
I haven't seen The Sadness. Is that worth checking out?
It depends. How into like extreme movies are you? Because it's pretty out there.
It's well made. I'll give it that. It's one of those movies that's crazy, gory. It's a one-time watch. I mean, for me, I don't think I would ever rewatch it, but I thought it was decent. It's worth renting or whatever.
Did they put that out on physical They do a physical release for that because I saw it pop up somewhere. I thought I saw somebody show it off, but I couldn't find it.
I'm
pretty sure they did. Yeah.
Garrett's glad that you have his shirt on. He's very happy about that. Very happy about that. Alexander Lumberjack. There you go. Alexander Lumberjack says, "Hey, boss." Adrian James says, "Hey there, everyone." Johnny Doe says, "Uncle Bill was super young looking on the Madman Mars interview, like a little kid almost."
Yeah, I mean, that was like 20 years ago at this point, so that makes sense. I was a kid,
My Killer Podcast says, "And he's creepy." Just finished watching The Seventh Seal, says Wolfside. Have you guys seen The Seventh Seal?
Is that the Demi Moore one?
That's actually, I think, if they're talking about the same one, then maybe there's another Seventh Seal, but this is from like 1957, and it's got,
that's the...
Damn, what's his name?
Didn't Criterion release or something?
Yeah, and the British Film Institute just did a 4K of it, but it's got the guy from The Exorcist, Max von Sydow's in the movie.
Oh, Jesus
I
Christ.
haven't seen it.
And he, like, confronts death on a beach. It's pretty good. Kim was the chat room swindler. Yeah, for sure. Chad90 Februaro says hi. Hey. Victor says Rat Man. Vengeance Media says, "Man, do you remember Bebo?" Who's Bebo? I don't remember Bebo. That must be some kind of internet service back in the day or something. ASL and LimeWire, those were the days. What was the other downloading service? There was LimeWire, and there was like...
One of my favorites was BearShare, boss. You guys remember BearShare?
I don't remember BearShare. What the hell?
That's a new one for me. I don't remember BearShare either. Let's see. Johnny says, "I would go into Elvis AOL chat room and piss off fans." There were Elvis AOL chat rooms, right? I missed those. I didn't go into those. Anthony's Horror More has a question. Says, "What are your comfort horror movies that you can put on and watch at any time?"
Well,
do you all do a lot of rewatching of movies, or are you mostly trying to... Because I find myself these days, I don't do a lot of rewatching of movies because I'm always trying to catch up and watch new things that I haven't seen before.
Yeah, I mean, the only time really is if there's like a new remaster of an older movie. Like I got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4K, which I think isn't Second Sight. They're doing another updated version of that.
Yeah, Turbine did the first one, right? Turbine Media. I haven't gotten anything from them yet.
And I watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Night of the Living Dead, Phantasm. I don't know. There's a couple that I've watched numerous times. The Hitcher is another one.
Yeah. Also getting a Second Sight 4K.
I'm really looking forward to that, yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Bill?
At least I don't watch a lot of things over again nowadays because we got so many like reviews and things like that we have to do now, and people requesting things for us to review and commentaries and all this other stuff. But there's like two I can think of where I'll watch them.
What's a movie that's like it's 2:00 in the morning and you're just winding down for the day that you just throw on? You can watch 30 minutes of it right before you fall asleep. Just that kind of
Jaws, especially right now, like Jaws, just because like. There's something about that movie where any part in that movie I can start watching it and I'll watch the entire thing. Like it's one of those movies. And then like there's other stuff too, like Goodfellas and just certain movies that I can watch anytime.
Yeah. And I saw that you changed because you were last I checked you were going to do Monday Night Saw, and I saw you changed it to Monday Night Jaws.
Jesus, I'm glad that I did too because I wasn't even really
the much better choice.
Yes, I wasn't even really thinking about the fact that it was summer and Monday Night Jaws made a lot more sense than Monday Night Saw, but just the quality of the movies, even though they just go like this.
I don't have a problem with the sequels. If I'm being honest, like I grew up watching all of them. Like I loved all of them. I mean, maybe not Revenge. I didn't watch as much. Maybe as a kid, I even knew that was the lesser sequel. But I always loved the third one, just because it was like a theme park setting, and I just thought it was fun. I don't know.
Well, he's still going to do Monday Night Saw at some point. You can look
no, I'm not. I'm never.
Maybe
that would be all. I'm not a Saw fan. I don't know if you guys are big Saw fans, but I'm not a fan of that entire era of horror.
No, we're not either, but that's weird because that's the era we really got started in. But it's looking back on it now, it's pretty awful. Like the Hostel.
I mean, I would go to the theater to see the new Saw movie every October because as a horror fan, that's just what you did. You went to go see the new horror movie, and it's like you were just stuck because it was almost like you were trying to force yourself to like this style of horror that you just didn't really enjoy because it was the hot thing at the time. But I don't know. Let's see. Back in the day, I had 2 phone lines so I could just keep the internet going all night.
Me too.
Awesome.
I did too.
Awesome. My wife's in here, says, "Hey guys, what's up? What's up?" Johnny Doe says, "Wasn't the Delphi murders about a serial killer in Kentucky?" Never seen the Delphi murders.
Me either.
Never seen that one. Let's see. Pizzow doing a live stream with Curly Jaws.
Well, I'm seeing Curly Jaws in the chat, so he must have left, or he's multitasking one or the other.
Chris Elliott's in the chat. Oh my God, I can't believe we got Chris Elliott in the chat.
That's pretty big. Awesome.
That is pretty big. You guys draw the celebrities. Who's your friend sitting in the chair there, Ken? That's my co-host. I'm going to call her. That's Annabelle's cousin Isabel, is what I'm going to call her. So, I
think I saw her move a little bit back there.
She might. You know the truth is, I just saw you all with all your cool collectibles and stuff in the background. I was like, I need something. My movies aren't enough. I'm going to put something behind me to kind of up the creep factor tonight, for the creepy Kentuckian and Uncle Bill. Dominican Scott says, "Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up?" Brian Goes Blue says, "Tell Ken how many awesome releases of Vinegar Syndrome and Severn have that he slept on. Awesome to see you guys here, Deadpit." Yeah. Are there a lot of ones that I'm missing out on? I haven't really dove into the Vinegar Syndrome and Severn stuff.
Well, there's the killer new 4K edition of Flesh Eater that you will want to pick up.
What is that?
It's a zombie movie that the first zombie from Night of the Living Dead made back in the 80s. That I haven't seen it, but the transfer on my DVD looks like it was filmed on a camcorder, so I'm very confused as to how they remastered that in 4K. But that's
you haven't watched it yet, though?
Not yet, no.
Yeah, I do have about, I think, 5 or 6 Vinegar Syndromes, but I just haven't gotten into it. I don't want to get addicted to another boutique label right now. I'm just not prepared to do it.
It's difficult with Vinegar Syndrome because fans
I know their
of Vinegar
packaging
Syndrome
is top notch. Yeah, I get that.
And their fans are like pro Vinegar Syndrome, so it doesn't matter how bad the movie is. Yeah. They're not going to tell you the truth, right?
Like Brian right here. I know he's big into Vinegar Syndrome.
Well, let me ask you this. Now, let me ask you this. This is the big question that you got to ask yourself about those 2 labels. Have you picked up Annie Lee's Meat Pies or the Masturbating Gunman yet?
No, but I want to.
Because those you have to add to your collection immediately.
I tell you what I got. I've got Ticks on 4K. And most of these were the subscribers that sent them to me. Fade to Black, which a lot of people said is really good, so I'm excited to check that one out. I did buy Drop Dead Fred, just because it's a childhood favorite, so I got that. And I have Bloody New Year's. I think I got that a long time ago, just randomly, because I thought the cover looked cool. I think that might be it. I feel like I got a couple more, but I can't think of them.
I can't explain to you what the allure exactly is to those labels, because almost every movie that they release is pretty awful, and none of them have like an IMDb rating above 5. But there's something
feel like
about
movies that like you know how the Dollar Tree's putting out a bunch and Walmart puts out a bunch of horror movies on the shelves. They feel like movies that like in 20 years Vinegar Syndrome will be getting their movies from these Walmart DVD bins.
Oh yeah,
like that's
they'll have to. Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of the stuff that they're releasing, Trauma had on DVD.
Yeah,
like
right
Trauma
now,
just did like generic versions, of multi-packs and stuff like that. So it's interesting that they're just kind of dressing the packaging up and everything, and everybody's really wanting all these crappy movies now. But hey, more power to them, I guess, if they can do that.
Yeah, I mean, they sell out of that stuff constantly, yeah.
They're doing very well. Planet Mondo says Deadpit is legendary. Yeah, they're kind of a big deal.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Grizzly said Soul got to check you guys out.
Yeah, no doubt about that, really.
I mean, yeah. Let's see. What are your best and worst movie theater experiences?
Man. All right, so the one that I always think back on, you got to keep in mind where we live at too, okay, for this story to make sense. One of them is when we went and saw The Devil's Rejects, and at the end of that movie, we're in a pretty crowded theater, and at the end of the movie, there's a scene where they all get shot to pieces by the police, but Freebird is playing on the soundtrack.
I remember that. I haven't seen that movie in years.
Keep in mind we live in Eastern Kentucky, so people were losing their friggin' mind. There's people like standing up, screaming, and like it's just something about that experience that always sticks with me because like I'm not saying it was the best movie I ever saw in theater, but just the experience itself of like all those people marking out to that movie's ending is perfect for some reason.
Freebird is big in Kentucky.
Yeah, one of the worst experiences, and I think we mentioned this not too long ago, we actually saw the Fog remake in theaters.
Ugh.
For some reason. And this was even pre-Deadpit, so I don't know if we were just really bored or what the deal was. But yeah, we went to the movie theater, and it was seriously, like, I don't think I've ever gotten up and left on a movie, but we both were contemplating getting up and walking out. It was that bad. Another one...
It's the same with Saw. Like, that's all we had in 2000s. It was either horror remakes or it was Saw and Hostel or torture shit.
Another one I'll never forget that we kind of caught a little bit of on a Deadpit on the Road on YouTube. Rob Zombie's Halloween. We got to see that opening weekend. And we're not huge fans of Rob Zombie, right? Like, over the years, I think the history has kind of changed with that movie. But, like, it was universally hated that opening weekend. Like, I don't know if it was kids that grew up around it and they all talk about how awesome Rob Zombie and his Halloween movies are. But that weekend, man, it got panned. Like, there's really nobody that liked it. But we still went to watch it because we wanted to do the On the Road video. So we go to Pikeville, which is like 30 minutes from here.
Yeah.
The theater is completely sold out. And we've already recorded some of this review.
So did you all review it back in 2007?
Yeah.
Is that still on the channel?
It is, yes.
I'll go back and find them.
And so we went down here to the Strand Theater. It was still open then. It's been closed now for almost 10 years. And it was pretty much full as well. And I think it was Uncle Bill's cousin walked out with us.
That's right, yeah.
And he was just talking about, oh, man, it was better than the original. I remember he said that. I was like, Lord, give me strength.
Yeah. You ever have one of those moments where, like, he was a young kid, too. So it's not like I could turn to him and be like, you're stupid. Like, you have to kind of,
that's what I
you have to just kind of be like, I didn't know what to say. Like, I knew for a fact that I wasn't going to be like, yeah, you're right, and just completely, like, lie. I think I just looked at him and just, or something, and just moved on, because you can't, there's no way I'm defending that movie.
People like that, though. They liked how brutal it was, and, how, the first, and they'll say, there's no blood in the first one. That it sucks, because they don't get, like, the atmosphere.
What's the fascination with Rob Zombie movies and just being in, like, an underground bunker type thing? Like, that's in almost like all of his movies, it seems like.
I don't know. I like House of a Thousand Corpses. I like Devil's Rejects. I actually didn't think Three from Hell was that bad. But like after I saw his Halloween movie, I saw Halloween 2, but I haven't watched the other. I think he's got like 3 more that I haven't seen. Is it like Salem something?
Lords of Salem.
And not Three from Hell, but
31.
31.
I haven't seen either one of those because I hated Rob Zombie's Halloween. From the moment I saw it, it disgusted me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really just the first 45 minutes that I can't stand it. It pisses me off.
That's like the biggest kind of like proof to me that there's this age gap kind of thing where there's so many people that saw that movie when they were like teenagers and think that it's like the best Halloween movie. And the only reason they think that, I know for a fact, is just because of the age that they were when they watched the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing else.
Nostalgic based.
Yeah, there's nothing else to it than that. Because that movie is just a fucking disaster. Like everything about it.
Yeah, Halloween's a lot like Star Wars in a way, like because you have your original Halloween movies, you have the zombie movies, which are kind of like the prequels, and there's people that grew up with the prequels and they love those. And then now you have your new Halloween movies, like you have your new Star Wars, so it's kind of generational. And
yeah, it has to be. There's nothing else that makes any sense because if you look at any of those movies,
because there are people that watch Halloween Kills and they said it's the best Halloween movie, or it's top 3.
I think Scream Factory is getting ready to announce the other, I think it's 5, not counting the 2 new ones. And I really, I'm fine with that. A lot of people were messaging me like, how come the new ones aren't going to be in there? And the new ones to me are like a separate, like you were saying, it's like a separate trilogy almost.
Yeah, it's a different thing. And yeah, I mean, Universal's not going to give those to Scream Factory, not right now, maybe like 10 or 15 years from now or something. But yeah, I'm pretty much on the same page with you guys. Rob Zombie's Halloween was definitely one of the worst theatrical experiences of my life. It made me not like Halloween as much anymore. I hate to say it, but it made me not like the Halloween movies as much. And I hate for a movie to take away from my fandom like that, but it just it killed my enjoyment of the franchise a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit of my Michael Myers love and Halloween heart died that day in the theaters, and it hasn't recovered. I agree. Hasn't recovered since. We got Huck's Pop Culture Cafe in here. Says Ken kicking it with Deadpit. This is going to be good. Happy to have you here, Huck. Let's see. Ken Michelle's doll just moved behind you. Did it? Looks like it's in the same spot. I don't think it moved. Let's see. Miss Caveman's here. Says, hey, all Caveman and I are in Kentucky too. Oh yeah, we have more Kentuckians in the chat. Will to Watch says, what up, guys? What's up? I can't believe you took my childhood doll. I think it just found its way down here. It's haunted. Thoughts on the horror documentary series In Search of Darkness by creator VC 1 and 2? Pretty good on Shudder. Have you all seen that?
No, I haven't seen it. I mean, those are 4 hours long or something like that.
I watched the first one. It's really good. Oh, we lost Bill.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I'm sure they're good and everything, but I just don't. I mean, to me, that's not really even a documentary. I mean, they should learn to edit a little bit more.
I'll say this about, I did not watch the second one, but I'll say this about the first one. The 4 hours did fly by, and I just like the way they did it because they went through every single year of the 80s, and they had cool people commenting on all the movies that came out that year. And
weren't people mad though
the entire decade
that there was something about it was supposed to be exclusive, the second one, and then they put it up on Shudder anyway or something like that? I saw some people complaining about that.
I think so.
Which I would never throw down. What was it? It was crazy, $80 or something like that for the documentary, 4-hour documentary.
Yeah, something like that.
It's a little bit too pricey for me,
I didn't buy it physically, but yeah, I watched it on Shudder. I found this channel by accident myself. Awesome. What? Which channel? Deadpit or this channel? Well, I'm glad you found us by accident. Who is Ratman, Ken? Says Adrian James. Uncle Bill switched spots now. He's on the bottom. Ratman is from VHS 94. He's the star of VHS 94. Are y'all big into the VHS movies?
No, not really. The first one was okay. Yeah,
the second one? The second one's
I don't remember the second one. How many?
The second one had that awesome cult sequence in it.
Yeah, that was the one with the Japanese cult or something like that.
Yeah, that was the best one in that movie. Let's see. So many badasses in the chat tonight. Hope everybody's doing great. We're all doing good. I got to get through this chat. I'm I'm only 20 minutes behind. That's not too bad, right? It's not too
rapid fire. Boss.
Should be fine.
Rapid fire. Let's see. Matheson says, good 60 degrees for me while I watch Goodfellas in honor of Robert De Niro month. Is it Robert De Niro month? I thought it was Nicolas Cage month. What's going on? Rad Pack for life. Rad Pack for life.
I got everything I ever wanted and I'll never get that back. Nobody's going to get that. Uncle Cracker Balls.
I got it. Uncle Cracker was big back in the day. Uncle Cracker was big. You know who else was big in Kentucky? Nappy Roots.
Nice.
Pretty big in Kentucky. They actually shot their music video in the town I grew up in. Poor Folks or something. It's pretty funny because everybody would come to school and be like, I was in a Nappy Roots video. And I said, literally, it's only because you were missing like all your teeth. It's the only reason they put you in it. Let's see. Anthony Mastrani says, long time no see, Ken. Looking forward to some great horror talk tonight. Get there. Hopefully we've delivered some already. 96 people, but only 20 likes. Come on, people. Hopefully it's updated, because I know sometimes when you're in the chat it won't update as we go, but hopefully it's more than 20 likes. Come on.
You know what you got to do.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
62 likes is what it's telling me, so he needs to update.
Yeah, 62 is good. 62 is good. We did get a super chat from Lackey Vision Films. Thank you so much, sir. Says, what's up, guys? Ken, I was watching the replay of the live stream where people, Michelle, were hating on your goatee. I'm digging your goatees, man. People hate on, people called my hair mad scientist hair in one of my recent videos. People are telling me I need to get a haircut. And you know what? They're right. But, I'll get it when I feel like it. It's hard, It's hard to get out of the house sometimes.
You could just cut it yourself like I do.
Oh, there you go. You shaved that thing. Shaved it all off.
Don't have to worry about paying, barber full price to do half the work. That's what I always say.
There you go.
You got a little bit more hair than me, though.
It's receding. It looks like it's more. I'm hanging on to what I got, but it's slowly moving back every single year. Let's see. I'm struggling to figure out where I was. Asking Garrett about biscuits and gravy was hilarious.
That's just insane to me that he has never had biscuits and gravy.
He hasn't?
No.
He's got to stay in shape, though. He can't be eating biscuits and gravy.
But I mean, they don't
even have any time for that.
They don't even have it.
It's not even in McDonald's up there, right? You would think that would be nationwide, gravy and biscuits, but no.
I just thought that was a thing that existed wherever.
They don't have Dairy Queens up there?
A regional thing. I think we asked him that, and he said, "Yeah, but they don't serve biscuits and gravy. They serve
they serve gravy on the chicken strip with a chicken strip basket."
Yeah, they're
that was all I ate when I was a kid.
They're like, "Get in the car. We're gonna go down to Dairy Queen." However it is that he talks. Garrett doesn't really talk like that, but he does do the ER thing, which I find fascinating. Where he's like, "Yeah, I got an idea."
An idea?
Yeah.
No, you didn't do nothing wrong, K-Man. Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
You did something wrong.
Hopefully. I don't know, man. I don't know everything you do in your everyday life. You could have did something wrong. I don't know. Born to be Red says, haha, we don't have those here. Rat Pack for Life, a new NWO. Too sweet. Me. Too sweet me. He says they're the new NWO. What do y'all think about that?
X Factor.
They would be the NWO that had Conan in it. And La Parka. With La Parka doing it.
Scott Norton.
Yeah.
O'Crowley Jaw says he's about to buy a Serbian film.
Buddy, listen. Lord.
I have
Don't
that. I was told not to watch it.
Are y'all going to buy the Satan's Little Helper Blu-ray from Synapse?
I'll buy anything from Synapse because Don May Jr. is an awesome guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get it for sure.
How do you all pronounce it? Is it Synapse? Synapse?
Synapse.
Synapse. People give me shit all the time for my pronunciation.
Yeah, a lot of people mispronounce it. Our buddy Steve, who lives in Louisville as well, he used to call it Synopsis Films.
Yeah, Synopsis.
I
called it Peppermint Schnapps the other day. Peppermint Synapse.
We're from Eastern Kentucky. I don't think you should rely on us to pronounce anything, really.
That's what I try to tell people. Half the time, I struggle to put regular words together. So much less, hard words like that. Come on. Vengeance, what's the release you're excited about for July? Y'all excited for some releases this month? Anything coming out today that y'all got?
I think. Well, okay. The Child's Play stuff doesn't come out till August, right?
That's September, I think. More than likely.
No, they're August. They're August.
Oh, are they? Mm-hmm. Well, it'll be delayed till September, more than likely.
Are y'all getting the Child's Play ones? Are y'all getting the Child's Play 4Ks? All of them? You all got the pin set, right?
Oh, yeah. You got to get the enamel pin set because that's what
really sets off. For the extra $100.
That sets off your collection.
I want to get, here's what I want to get. I want to get the postcards that are made up to look like vinyl records, but they're actually postcards because they didn't pay to get the records made this time.
You got to.
Oh, hell yeah.
I was thinking about Tenebrae. That actually comes out in July.
I'm excited for Tenebrae, too.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite Argento movies, actually.
Yeah. It's probably the... I like Deep Red a lot. I think Deep Red's probably my favorite, but I would probably go Tenebrae right after that. Let's see. Kazaa and Morpheus were two I used to pirate music. Yeah, Kazaa was the other one I was thinking.
I remember that one, yeah.
That was, yeah. Curly Jaw says, I probably watch Rob Zombie's Halloween at least once a week.
Oh, I believe it, yeah.
I like to rewatch The Thing. Has anyone seen Slave of the Cannibal Gods? Says LL.
I think that's the one. Is that the one with Ursula Andrews?
Yeah, I've seen it.
I think I have seen it, if that's the right one.
Those cannibal movies, I get them all mixed up.
Let's see. I'm the opposite, Ken. I have so much new stuff to watch, and I always just go back and rewatch stuff I've seen a million times. Comfort movies for me: Fog, Phantasm, Salem's Lot. Yeah, I would love to just rewatch stuff. But Curly, don't make me ban you. What's Curly doing? The Burbs, I can watch that all day, every day. Browsing Amazon, I got 4K copy of ET, and the promo art for the film is a back supporter. Okay. Let's see. I'm here too, Ken. I got on the stream for a few minutes before it started. What's your guys' opinion of Jaws?
Aaron Johnson, I'm glad that you asked that, buddy. If you want to know my opinions on Jaws, I'm doing a whole series called Monday Night Jaws every Monday, 10 o'clock on YouTube. We've got through 1 through 3, so the only one left. Well, I'm going to do The Revenge, unfortunately, and then Cruel Jaws, which is an Italian ripoff of Jaws with Hulk Hogan in it. It's not. Are you
going to do any of the other straight to Walmart DVD shark movies?
There was one that he showed me, that CK showed me, that was like a cross. It said a cross between Saw and Jaws, and I'm like, what in the hell could that?
It's called Blood in the Water. I took a picture of it so I wouldn't forget it. Yeah. On the cover it says Saw meets Jaws. I don't know what that means. I don't know how you would put those two together and make a movie, but I don't know. We need to find out.
There's a shark that's plotting an evil scheme to set traps and stuff in the ocean for other fish. Maybe.
Exactly.
Probably. It sounds right. It sounds like a Pixar movie. Maybe. Let's see. Dumb and Dumber is my comfort movie. I feel like I'm alone in that, but it is. I don't feel like you'd be alone. I can see that one. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Fog 2005, then Bye Bye Man, Halloween Resurrection. I rewatched.
Shut up, Curly Jaws. God.
Oh, God.
The Bye Bye Man. He put that in there. I love that guy. I swear to God,
that's his gimmick is great. If you didn't know, yeah.
I figured nobody could really like all those movies. Let's see. Hello, all. New guy here, says Ray Gordon. Welcome.
How you doing?
Welcome. Emmett Ure says, have you watched Power Rangers Dino Fury Season 2?
I missed that.
No. I got through Season 1, but I haven't got to Season 2 yet. Sup from Berea, Kentucky, says Juicy Bob. Awesome.
Hey, Juicy Bob.
What's up, man?
I'd have all the Kentuckians in here tonight. I rewatch Lost Boys, Evil Dead, Karate Kid, Terminator, and E.T. all the time. These are all great movies. All great movies. 80s all the way. Thanks for the greetings, guys. Which Night of the Living Dead are you referring to?
Really?
You talking about the 1991 or the... I haven't seen the 91.
The 91's not... It's not bad. I mean, it's okay, but yeah, I'm talking about the original.
Directed by Tom Savini. Anthony says, what's going on, Balls?
What's going on, Anthony?
Is The Crazies an infected movie? Kind of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Kind of. Born to be Rad says he's got a roll. It's stream time. Have a great show. I'll watch the replay. Bye, everyone.
Get out of here. Get out of my face with that shit.
Wow.
He's got a stream. Over on Christian's channel. So everybody go check out the replay after we're done.
That's right.
Definitely don't go watch it live. I can't promote that.
We don't even tell people. They know better.
Adrian James says, I'd rewatch RoboCop, Underworld, and Logan's Run. Awesome.
Nice.
Don't forget to add Dark Towers to your collection. LOA JK. I didn't even watch that movie. I read I think the first 5 books in that Stephen King series. I didn't read the two ones he came out with because I think I stopped reading when I was in my 20s. But yeah, those are good books. But I heard the movie; they did not do it justice.
No, I'll probably never check that one out.
Not even in 4K. Does anyone here remember arcane messages in the back pages of Fangoria early mid 80s? No, I do not. I do not. That's when I was born. Was the mid 80s.
Wow.
No, not really. I don't know.
We are really legendary, and legendary I mean old.
I will say that there are a lot of turds in the Vinegar Syndrome line, but we have more fun with the turds than some mainstream films others love for whatever reason I can't explain.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. They're just movies that no one's ever seen because they're so obscure that people who like B horror films kind of like to check out. I think that's their gimmick.
I can see having fun with them though, especially because I know Brown watched a lot of films with his girlfriend Coco, and I can see if you have a significant other that likes enjoying that stuff with you, it'd be fun to hang out and watch stupid horror movies.
Bad movies are definitely fun to watch with a crowd.
Yeah. For Vinegar Syndrome and Seven, I pretty much stick with their Giallo releases. Yeah. My wife says I don't need to get any more. Is Severin? Are y'all big fans of Severin?
Oh yeah.
You like the Severin stuff?
I mean,
not too much.
They're like, if you can imagine this, they're like Vinegar Syndrome's younger cousin or something that's trying to like break into the same idea, but don't really have the releases to be able to do it. So they're even more kind of obscure, and their movies are even more kind of low rate than Vinegar Syndrome.
Yeah, they'll find stuff that's not even on IMDb and release it.
Stuff the thing that's working against Vinegar or Severin, I think, is their packaging shit. In my opinion.
Yeah.
It's just.
Well, I think they've changed that recently. I think they're using Big Brother's packaging plans. I think the newer boxes and some of the slipcovers are Vinegar Syndrome style.
The first Severin I bought was Overboard. That came out last year, and it wasn't even. It looked like it was DVD quality as far as like the transfer.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't too impressed by it.
Maybe that's why it's $10 in a sale.
I think it was. I bought Midnight off them, and immediately the slipcover like cracked on the side and like flipped open.
Yeah, it was real.
Yeah. And then I was like,
those old slipcovers they used before, they were basically like cereal box, I think is what it felt like to me.
Yeah, it just felt real cheap.
It was awful.
Real cheap. Let's see. Are you guys checking out Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe? Are they coming out with a new movie?
I didn't even know that.
I think it's exclusive to like Paramount Plus or something like that.
I would like to say I'll watch it, but I probably won't. But, maybe someday. I don't know.
Yeah, me too.
Same.
Fast Four should be good. Fantastic Four, Secret Invasion, and the new Endgame, Secret Wars. Are you guys big into the Marvel stuff?
No.
At all?
I can't. No.
Not even one?
No.
You guys seen any of them?
No.
We saw Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies.
Yeah. Is that the last ones you all saw? Is the Raimi movies?
I love the way he asked that. Like, you shit me? That's like the last ones.
I'm just curious. I'm just interested in anybody that can actually avoid these movies. Like, I'll put it
to you this way. I haven't seen any of the Avengers movies. The freaking whatever. I don't even know what they're called. Endgame.
Yeah.
Whatever, all that stuff. I haven't seen any of those. I haven't seen any of the Venom movies. I haven't seen any of the new Spider-Man movies with James Garfield or Tom Holland or any of those people. I hate those movies with a passion. Like, I've tried to watch multitudes of those at different times, like the X-Men movies when they came out and the Spider-Man movies when they came out. And I know that like there's a lot of people that like those movies, and God bless you. I mean, like those movies, that's fine, but they're just, I can't get into them. I just can't get into it.
Well, I remember at one point in time I was wanting to play catch-up. And I went on Wikipedia, and I looked at everything that I had to watch, and I was like,
yeah, I mean, I can see that because I've never done a binge of them, but I've just watched them all over time since they've been coming out since like 2008. But you guys can't see the new Sam Raimi movie then,
Oh, the Doctor Strange one.
Won't know what's going on. There's a lot of Sam Raimi in that movie.
That's why I haven't seen any of them. I mean, we're so far behind.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's nice about Vinegar Syndrome releases is you don't like one, you can wait until the slipcover goes out of print and then sell it for more than you paid for it.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
It's definitely what people do. Their slipcovers don't last too long, do they? Like, do they last a while, or do they go out of print very quickly?
They're starting to make more. So used to it was like 3,000 or something like that. Now I think it's at least 6,000 and up. So it really depends on the title. If it's something they think is going to move pretty quickly, they'll make more of them. I don't know if they put the number on the Thriller release, but that didn't last through the weekend.
That looked like a nice release. I wish I would have jumped on that. I didn't know it was, going to go out of print so soon.
Yeah.
But the Fog 2005 is a classic. You've got to be joking.
We were just kidding.
Kidding. That was great stuff.
Did any of y'all see the Fog at Showcase Cinema? I don't know. Did you guys see the Fog at Showcase Cinema?
I don't know where Showcase Cinema is.
Yeah. What's your all's theater chain down there in Pikeville?
It's not a chain. It's called the Riverfield 10. It's just like a local theater.
Well, yeah.
The only chain
I knew it wasn't going to be like a regular one, but
the only chain that we've got would be there's a couple of those. What is it? Regal Cinema.
Yeah.
Around like Ashland, Lexington, places like that.
Well, I'm close to Louisville, and we only have one AMC. Everybody's always talking about AMCs and stuff, and I rarely ever go to an AMC. We got a Cinemark, I think, up here.
I think the Cinemark is what's in
Cinemark is in Ashland. Yeah, that's what it is.
But we used to have a theater called Keystone. I think there's two of them. I think there's one in Bardstown as well. But they shut the one down that was close to my house during the pandemic. Let's see. Friday the 13th in the theater, 1980. Jason jump scare was probably the best experience. This is Johnny Doe.
I can imagine.
Worst theater experience for myself on a kid. I had 2-screen theater downtown, but the second screen was added in later on. It was just 5 rows, very claustrophobic. The film was Dick Tracy.
Yeah,
Dick Tracy. I have not seen that movie since I was a kid, but as a kid, when I watched it, I didn't like it.
No, yeah, that movie's terrible.
But if they released it on 4K, I'd probably buy it. I'll be honest. Same with Howard the Duck. I got that one as well.
The look of the movie was cool. But
yeah, it had Madonna in it too, right? Wasn't Madonna in that movie?
She did the soundtrack too. I remember, like that was a big deal back then. Yeah.
I have the soundtrack, I think, on CD.
Deadpool Fanatic says he's going to see Rob Zombie live on July 30th in Mansfield. So
I hope he sings. Yeah!
I was gonna say.
He will. That's his biggest hit.
That's my favorite, Especially that one part where it was, Sherry, drink.
Oh shit! I can't.
Well, I was gonna ask. You said you weren't big Rob Zombie fans. Does that mean you're not a big fan of his music as well? And
no, I actually love the first 2 White Zombie albums. I think that his, like, when it gets to the Rob Zombie stuff, like it's pretty horrible, but the first 2 White Zombie albums are actually a pretty awesome mix of that kind of music, and he had like a ton of horror sound clips and stuff.
House of a Thousand Corpses song. Now that was really cool.
Yeah,
that opens the movie up.
Yeah, I mean, I remember having the the Hillbilly Deluxe or whatever when I was like in middle school.
Yeah, that was a big record back in the day.
I think my mom got it for me at Walmart, and it wasn't didn't have the parental advisory on it, so I had to go buy the right one from Suncoast Video, I think. Let's see what else we got here. Do you have The Walking Dead on 4K? Walking Dead's not on 4K, I don't believe, unless somebody else did it somewhere, bootleg. But back in the day, me, Ken, and my brother would go to the theater, and me and my brother would come out of the movie saying we liked it, and Kim would always say, he was never impressed. She is right. That's how I always was. 2009.
I was going to say it's about like me now.
Well, we walked out like Transformers Revenge of the Fallen or something, and everybody loved it, and everybody was cheering, and we walked out. I was like, did you like it? And I was like, no. That was like one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. And same with Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I think that came out like a couple weeks later. or something. And after that, I was like, I'm done with the theaters. And I don't think I went to the theater for like a year after that.
If you came out of Halloween 2 and you were like, God, that was killer, I think you probably need to go to the doctor and get an examination, like a stat, because there's something wrong.
Well, a lot of people are coming out of the woodwork and championing that movie now. I don't know.
I will say, like, I have watched that movie recently. I do like it much better. I think it has aged better than his first movie. I'm not going to say it's great, but I think it's better than his first movie.
Did you ever hear? So there's a lot of issues.
Everybody hated that movie, like even more than the first one when it came out. Like the backlash to that one was insane. So
like, evidently there's a 4-hour making of documentary for Halloween 2 that has never seen the light of day. I don't know. I had heard that Rob Zombie did not want to make that movie, and that there were a ton of issues.
Protest.
Yeah, there were a ton of issues behind the scenes and stuff like that. Maybe some of that stuff was included in that documentary. I don't know. Maybe someday we'll see it.
Scout Taylor Compton was better than Jamie Lee Curtis. Changed my mind. I mean, she's playing a completely different type of Laurie Strode. So I mean, it's whatever. I'm not like a huge. I love Halloween, but I'm not really a huge fan of Laurie Strode as a character. Anyway, I don't know if you guys are, but she's never been one of my favorites.
You don't like the new Linda Hamilton, Laurie Strode?
No, it just doesn't work for me. It would work if it included Halloween 2, but it just doesn't work. She saw like one person die or something. And I saw Michael come at her in the closet, and she's like Terminator mode. It just doesn't.
I hate that that's become now like. That's become a stereotypical thing that they do with these new like remakes and reboots and stuff, where you've got like the female character from like the older films that has to come back and confront like the monster, and that like everybody's trying to do that now. All these movies, and it sucks. Like
Nightmare on Elm Street's the next one, man. Heather Langenkamp.
What did you guys hear about Jason Blum talking about making Nightmare on Elm Street with bringing Robert Englund back? And he says
I hope to God he does.
He says he thinks he can do it. Says he thinks he can get Robert on board.
I thought he did a great job so far in Stranger Things, and he could pull that off. Like one more time, he could anyway.
If they get the directors of Stranger Things to do it, like I think it could be pretty cool. I think they can do a pretty good job with it. But,
yeah, he could still do it right now. If they wait another 10 years, no.
You're right.
Now.
You're right. But yeah, I'm down to. You think that Heather Langenkamp would come back? Lisa Wilcox, I think, would. And it would be interesting and cool if they could get both of them to come back.
Like, I mean, they don't really need either of them, really, but I could definitely see... They already brought Heather Langenkamp back once, just like Jamie Lee Curtis, right?
Well, twice, really.
Well, yeah, a few times. So I think that the fans are more... She's more of a memorable character from that series.
Buddy, what about Tuesday Night?
I like those movies.
They're going to have to bring Tuesday Night back.
Tuesday Night... The Nightmare song that she did opening up part 4. I love that.
I like all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies except for part 2. That's the only one I can't get on board for. And I know a lot of people love that movie, and that's another one that everybody's come out of the woodwork saying that they love. When I was a kid, like nobody liked that movie. But I
wouldn't mind revisiting those movies again. I mean, I think we watched Freddy's Dead and New Nightmare not too long ago. And those have aged pretty bad, I think, especially New Nightmare.
New Nightmare's awful. Like, I mean, it's aged awfully. I'll say that.
Yeah. Freddy's Dead, I feel like I could still have fun with. It's been a while since I've seen it, but
yeah, Freddy's Dead's still got kind of a cool vibe to it, and it's got that song. Who did the song? It was
the Goo Goo Dolls.
Goo Goo Dolls. Yeah. Very 90s.
Yeah. That was 91, I think, wasn't it? I just remember I still got my VHS tape, and I remember all the trailers before it. I used to watch that movie all the time. Let's see. 3 from Hell is abysmal because it destroys the pitch-perfect ending of The Devil's Rejects. It was wholly unnecessary and only lowered the quality of the Firefly franchise. There you go.
Amen.
I agree.
Mike Barrett says, "Oh, Curly Jaws and Duncan is on one tonight."
Yeah.
And every other night.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'm a fan of Rob, and Halloween films suck ass. I still get the 4Ks if they release, but I don't own the second at all. Will you guys get the 4Ks of the zombie films if they release them?
No.
Scream.
No.
I'm not gonna lie, I probably will, just because.
What are you gonna do with them? Use them as coasters? Like, you ain't gonna watch that shit.
But yeah, I mean, it's not going to make any sense to have
Oh God.
eight of them, and you're missing the last two.
Yeah.
You know why it makes sense? Because those are completely useless to you. You will never watch them.
And you just know that Scream Factory is going to have a box, right? So you can get like the big box set of this one's going to include the 5 new ones, or they're going to give you a couple of options. Everybody that missed the first one, you can get the whole box for like probably $700 or whatever from Scream Factory. Or you can get, what you missed last year for like $300.
Yeah. I just hope they give me all my discs this time if I get them. I would hate to miss the Rob Zombie Halloween Blu-ray disc. I feel like they'd leave that one out. But yeah. I still don't have my Halloween 4 Blu-ray disc.
Really?
I emailed them about it, and I never got a response. But there you go.
Well, that's Scheme Factory
tonight, right?
Yeah.
Got to do backflips for Scheme Factory.
Gus, guys, give me a super chat. Thank you so much, man. It says, hi, Deadpit, hail Rat Man. Hail Rat Man. Right. Everybody loves the Rat Man. You guys got to check out VHS 94. I think you'd love it. Johnny Doe with a super sticker. Thank you so much, Johnny. Now, I do need to start burning through this chat, but we are halfway through the show right now. So I want to remind everybody, there's 130 people in here watching us right now. Thank you all for being here tonight on World's Biggest Collectors, episode 38 with Deadpit. Definitely subscribe to their channel. All the links are down below in the description. Your Instagram, your Twitter, not your TikTok, but your website is also down there as well, and your YouTube channel. So definitely give those guys a sub, especially if you're big into the boutique labels and the horror genre and all that stuff. You guys do a lot of great content over there that I would highly recommend. And it's not just because you guys are here right now. I would recommend it if you weren't here. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Yeah, we see you in the chat sometimes too. So yeah, definitely.
Like I said, I don't always get to watch you all live, but I watch a lot of your all stuff on the replay.
It's hard, man. I mean, there's so much of this stuff almost on a nightly basis. It's hard to keep up with.
Yeah, a lot of people live stream. Talking movies and stuff. It's cool though. It's cool. I really like the Mexico part of 3 from Hell, and I think Lords of Salem is a near masterpiece, says James Hester.
Here, I kind of agree with James Hester on the Lords of Salem. I think that's like the sleeper one where everybody hates that movie or says that they.
I do want to watch it because I haven't seen it.
But I love that movie.
I think it's a good one for Halloween night. Actually, save it for Halloween night this year.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
Spooky.
I might take you up on that. My Killer Podcast says, what are y'all's thoughts on Scream Factory and the most recent releases?
Shut your ass, Mel. You know what our thoughts are. Try that.
So I mean, is everybody excited about the Child's Play?
I am. I'm a huge Child's Play fan 1 through 3 though. Okay. I'm excited.
I mean,
I feel like 2 is going to look really, really good. I feel like they could do just visually. I think there's a lot of stuff in there that will lend itself well to 4K. But I don't know about the first one. I think the third one could be cool too. But
this is going to sound really sad, but the one I'm most excited about is the Event Horizon Steelbook thing.
I'm excited for that too. I love Event Horizon. I thought Scream Factory did a pretty good job on that one. Of course, they couldn't, get what people actually want, and that's the director's cut. But I don't really think they have access to that footage and stuff anymore.
I mean, I love that movie. So something about the Child's Play movies to me are kind of like the Halloween movies and the Friday the 13th movies. I've just seen them so many times that at this point, I'm burnt out. I just am. Like, I can't, I can't, I don't know. I know I would not go watch them. I'll put it that way. If I bought those 4Ks, they would just sit around somewhere.
I mean, I'm sure they'll go on a sale, and it'll be tempting. But at the same time, like, I bought a whole set with, 7 or 8 movies for $20 on Amazon.
Yeah, I think I got that for $20 when it was on sale. And those look good. I mean, they look good.
Yeah, I mean, as long as I have the movies in HD, I mean, I honestly think that I'm good with those. And my favorite's the first 2, really. And then I don't really care that much.
Yeah. There's a good question. I know it says Ken, but I'll ask you all as well. What toys did you all play with as a kid? Says Adrian James.
God,
I had
these are
Ninja
really
Turtles
Vegas.
and Batman and Ghostbusters. I had the Ecto one and all that stuff. So those are the Power Rangers as well.
Yeah,
Legos,
I was
Connects.
thinking
The original ones
yeah,
of these.
yeah.
Yeah. And they're remaking like all of them almost. It seems like in the right order and everything. So of course I'm getting some of
I mean,
them.
back
But,
before the internet and things like that, where you had to actually like buy toys and whatnot. I used to get super excited about the Hasbro WWF figures, the GI Joe figures, and the all the vehicles and things like that. Those were awesome, and the Ninja Turtle figures, like you said. Like, I mean, that stuff was huge back then.
yeah, for me it was I like the GI Joes, the Thundercats, Masters of the Universe. I had some Boglins when I was a kid. Do you
Boglins
remember
were
the
awesome.
Boglins?
I don't remember the Boglins. What were those?
Oh man, they're like little rubber hand puppets, kind of like look kind of like a
Did they have
ghoulie.
those at Walmart recently?
They've
Yes,
remade them, yeah,
yeah, they did.
I feel like I saw one at Walmart the other day.
yeah.
But yeah.
And the LJN WWF figures, which was gigantic rubber figures too. They were probably about almost a foot tall.
Did you see that
Piece.
AEW is doing those? By the way,
Yeah,
they're doing their own version of them, basically.
They don't look very good.
Yeah, I saw the Cody Rhodes one, which is funny because he's not even there anymore. But
Do you guys? I know you guys are big wrestling fans. Do you still watch a lot of wrestling these days, or which one do you watch? Do you watch AEW, WWE, any of that?
I watch it just out of habit. I kind of I have it on DVR and fast forward through the majority of it. I don't watch it religiously like I used to, but I try to kind of keep up with it. I watch
Just
all
keep
of
up
it.
with it.
Yeah, AEW and WWE.
I was like that through most of the 2010s, I'd say, but probably in the last 4 or 5 years, I just kind of bowed out of all of it, and I just because I was pretty diehard when I was a kid and teenager, early 20s even. Like I went to been to a couple WrestleManias. I went to the one WrestleMania 22, which I think you guys did a stream on that one, which I was excited to hear y'all talk about. Then I did 24 as well, the one where Ric Flair retired or didn't really retire,
yeah.
but
I
that was a great one.
WrestleMania 8 is the only WrestleMania I went to.
Where was that at?
Indianapolis.
Was that in Indianapolis?
At the old Hoosier Dome.
God, what was that? That was Hogan and Sid?
Hogan
Sid
and
Vicious?
Sid with Ultimate Warrior doing the run in at the end.
Yeah.
And tripping and falling, which I don't think they showed that on camera, but he did. Yeah, he fell.
no, they didn't.
That
But,
wasn't a great
some-
WrestleMania, was it? What was the undercard?
I
Wasn't
mean, they
there
had
one
some
more
pretty-
big match? Oh, Flair. Flair defended the title, and it
Flair
wasn't the
and-
main event, right? That was
Yeah,
that was the
Flair
one.
and Savage.
Yeah, Flair. That had to be a
and
pretty awesome match.
Piper and Bret Hart. I think that was a pretty good match too.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a better card than I remembered. But yeah, wrestling sucks nowadays.
Yes, it does.
I tried to watch WrestleMania this year just because it's on Peacock and I have it, and it's like, why not? It's like they make it as easy as possible to watch now, and I still can't stomach to sit there for like 20 minutes.
Well, it's hard because WrestleMania is 2 nights now, and it's like 5 hours a night. So it's
Jesus Christ.
it's like watching a couple Marvel movies.
The last time I remember watching it like week to week
Painful,
and
yeah.
trying to keep up with it was like, I think CM Punk was still there and Daniel Bryan was kind of on his streak. I think that's the last time it was kind of interesting for me.
Yeah.
Uncle Cracker was Kid Rock's DJ back in the day. Good times. Yeah. He had everything he ever wanted. Order Vinegar Syndrome for the first time. Paid for express shipping. Still not here. Ordered May 30th. Never again. Well, I think that's pretty standard for their sales, though, right? Like, they take a while to get them out.
Yeah, all those companies like Vinegar Syndrome and Severin, like sometimes, and it just seems really random too about who gets screwed over, but sometimes it takes months for you to get your stuff, and then sometimes it comes, pretty quick. I don't know what the deal is.
Well, I think all of their subscribers get first. They're the first ones that get sent out, and then the people that did the pre-sale, and then just the regular commoners, they get it shipped like 2 or 3 months later, even if you bought express shipping.
And there's like conspiracy theories that some people believe where it's like, if you buy over $100 or a certain amount, like you get your stuff quicker than the people that buy like, one or two Blu-rays or something like that. Some people think that kind of goes on. I don't know.
It's possible. It's possible. Johnny Darko says he cuts his own hair for about 15 years now.
That's the only way to do it.
The NWO with La Parka in it.
That's right.
In the UK, biscuits are cookies, and they are great for dunking in a cup of tea, says Adrian James. Actually sounds pretty good. Brenda Moorcraft says, it's y'all's bedtime. Is it bedtime yet? What time's bedtime?
I got about 30 minutes.
10:39.
Is it 10:39?
Yep.
I got you. Trying to find a question here. Will Johnson says, hey guys, how many VHS movies are there? I just have 3 of them. I'm not sure if it's one more or not. How many VHS movies are there? It's a lot of VHS movies, right? He's talking about the franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there thinking,
when he said VHS movies, I thought he was talking about total movies on VHS.
I have a better chance of guessing how many whole like VHS movies there are than how many of those.
Is it 4?
Series.
There's 4 now. Yeah, 94 was the only bad one to me. Is the third one, Viral. The other ones are pretty good. Amazon and Walmart have Synapse 10 and Brave 4K for just $30 and change.
If you haven't bought it, if anybody out there hadn't bought that, then go ahead and buy it. I mean, it's
I think I'm gonna get it from Synapse and not from Arrow. Arrow's only UK, I think, right? I think it's only UK. You guys have to remember Heather Harmon and her special talents at Caveman Movies. Okay. Sure. Bought the Phantasm Spear collection for $60. Yeah, I saw that was on sale too. Jaws: The Revenge is the best Jaws movie. Jaws is great.
He's a Mario Van Peebles fan.
Blood Beach was pretty bad. Hardly any gore, which would have improved it a notch, maybe. I haven't seen Blood Beach.
That's not out on anything, I don't think. I think it's out on VHS, and that's it.
Vicky's asking if you guys seen the movie Soul Survivors from 2001 starring Elijah Dushku and Melissa Sagemiller.
Yes, we have. I remember we reviewed that at one time, didn't we?
We just talked about like a few months ago with Garrett at Born to Be Rad. I'll give him a plug just because, he's trying to compete with us tonight, and he's just not doing a very good job at it.
Jesus.
Yeah, we did like a post-Scream slasher movie show. And this was one of the movies we talked about on it. Which, honestly, it's more of like a Final Destination type ripoff than Scream, I think. But it's not very good. Not a very good movie.
No, it's an awful movie. It's pretty much incoherent after a point.
Is it like a slasher? Or is it, you said it's like Final Destination?
No, it's kind of like Final Destination from what I can recall. Liza Dushku's kind of in it. She's not the star in it. The Melissa girl's the star in it. And I think Casey Affleck is in it as well, oddly enough. And the creepy guy from American Beauty's in it.
Oh, the dude with the bag?
His name. The guy with the bag.
Yeah.
This is my bag. You guys are ready? Beautiful. You guys have seen Not Another Teen Movie, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that movie's great.
Yeah, love it. Let's see, the creepy doll in the background. Which is a better, Hatchet or Madman? Personally, Hatchet, more gore, more brutal. Old curly jaws.
Would you just kick him out of this chat? God.
Gus says if the doll keeps moving its head. Does it really?
Yeah.
That thing has not moved.
I have, yeah.
A bit. Remember movies on CD and cassette music with VHS, the only way to rent a movie? Yeah. I remember those days. Any thoughts on the new Ethan Hawke movie coming out, The Black Telephone? I'm looking forward to it. I've heard a lot of really good things. You guys going to see that one?
Press.
Could we be looking forward to a Dead Pit Drive video for The Black Phone?
Well, they're probably not going to have it up here.
I was getting ready to say, I doubt
so?
I doubt they'll get it up
It's a Blumhouse movie.
Well,
maybe for like a week. Yeah,
it's not like A24 or anything. I do feel your guys' pain though. I don't get a lot of, even being close to the Louisville area, we still don't get a lot of like the lower level movies. Or I'd have to drive to like the artsy fartsy part of town to see it. Vintage Media from Wolverhampton and West Midlands. 360. Dark Tower is good for the actors and transfers, but story could be better. Anyone remember my favorite Teen Hulk from Crazy? Teen Hulk? I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't seen Teen Hulk.
That's a new MTV show?
It could be.
Teen Hulk. Yeah.
It and the Scream movies are my favorites, but I'm the lone horror fan in the house, so we have a hard time finding time to watch them. Yeah. Scream's pretty good.
I got you.
Have you seen Spree? Says Cinema Santino. Did you guys see that one?
Spree,
The kid from Stranger Things. It's pretty good. I think you can find it at your Dollar Tree for like $1 on Blu-ray or DVD.
I've seen Killing Spree, which is a horrible Tim Ritter movie, but
Tim Ritter's another Kentuckian, by the way.
Oh, that's right, he is.
Is he? Now, Spree's pretty good. I would recommend it. It's like it's heavily influenced by like social media. He's trying to like get followers on Instagram, so he goes on a killing spree to do it. So it's kind of like found footage, but the way they shoot it's pretty interesting and different.
I haven't heard about it.
Matt says Gate 2, Graveyard Shift, Blood Rage, Day of the Dead, Stepfather 2 are some of my favorite comfort movies.
I expect he put Blood Rage in there.
Gate 2's an interesting pick as
well. When is Bride and Seed of Chucky getting a 4K? Hopefully never.
Well, I could deal with Bride. Bride would look cool in 4K at least. Seed of Chucky is like almost impossible to watch. Like we tried.
Yeah, we really did.
Luckily, me and Uncle Bill had each other to talk to while it was going on. But otherwise, I would have turned it off. Seed of Chucky's terrible. Did you all do like a Patreon stream with that one?
Yeah, we did like a commentary over the film, and that was just one of the most boring films, and so awkward in spots too. Like some of the stuff they did, it would never fly today.
Yeah, way worse than I remember it being. Actually,
I don't think I've seen it. I really don't think I've seen him, as I don't remember too much about it, because I was out on the Chucky thing at that point. I wasn't a huge fan of Bride.
Oh, Curly Jaws was the one that requested us to do a commentary.
Imagine that. Yeah.
How many shitty movies does Oh Curly Jaws make you all watch? Just on average.
All of them, I think. Like, that's his mission.
Yeah. He doesn't show mercy on us at all.
Nice. Halloween 6 sucks. That movie is unwatchable. Says Oh Curly Jaws.
I'm going to have to kick him out of here.
I actually think that Halloween 6 is the lowest on Rotten Tomatoes. I think it's lower than Resurrection. I was looking it up one time.
I don't get that, honestly.
Lower than Resurrection, and they're all like rotten except for the first one, I think. I think every single one of them is rotten. Showcase Cinemas. Did you hear about Fathom Events showing of The Thing that was shown in the wrong aspect ratio?
I had heard about them showing it. I didn't know it was in the wrong ratio.
Yeah, I think Mick Garris got all pissed off on Twitter, so he's posting about it.
Yeah. Anthony said, what are some of your favorite scores and soundtracks in movies? That's a good question.
Anything that Goblin did, for instance, like Suspiria soundtrack.
Yeah, it's one of the best.
Dawn of the Dead soundtrack.
Did you like the new Suspiria score?
I did. It was completely different, but I did like it.
It was awesome. Yeah. I need to rewatch that movie. I've only seen it once, but I really liked it.
It's a really interesting take on that movie too. I'm glad that he didn't go like the direct remake route with that, because that movie really does stand out.
That's the perfect example of how to do a remake right, I would say. Yeah. And I like Dakota Johnson as an actress outside of the 50 Shades movies.
Yeah.
But Suspiria is great. Do you have any? CK?
Savage Streets. Have you ever seen Savage Streets?
I have. I bought that Code Red when it came out last year and watched it for the first time. I was a big fan of that movie.
Love the soundtrack on that one. Trick or Treat, which I hear it's coming out this fall. The one from '86. Soundtrack, the Fastway soundtrack on that one's good. Waxwork is supposed to be coming out with the soundtrack for Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I like that one a lot too. Excited about that one, and
I'm hoping that Arrow Video does the 4K of that at some point.
Assault on Precinct 13 is another one I just thought of.
I tell you another one too that nobody ever talks about.
Escape from New York one.
Yeah,
me too. The Psychic. The soundtrack from The Psychic's amazing.
7 Notes in Black.
Jacob says, "What are we talking about?"
That's a very existential question, Jacob.
Before you be here, anything and everything. Stay tuned for the singing styles of Deadpit.
Hell yeah.
You guys going to sing tonight? You've already sang a little bit. You had a good rendition of Rob Zombie. What was it? What was it? Creed again? Can you guys do Creed again? What if?
Yeah.
Maybe.
What if? What if?
It's basically the same thing.
How many times does he say "what if" before he gets to I?
I think it's like 35. Yeah.
Something like that. Let's see. I love Rob Zombie's Dracula. They used in The Matrix. They used Rob Zombie's Dracula. Dragula. Okay, you're talking about Dragula. Yeah. Through the ditches and burn through the witches. I think it's how it goes.
Yep.
Let's see. Johnny subscribed to you all based on the Rob Zombie impression.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You guys didn't have him at first, but as soon as you did that Rob Zombie impersonation, they're there.
We make fun of Rob Zombie quite a bit, so.
Well, he's a fun guy to make fun of, I think. Van Gogh says, I collect film scores and soundtracks. Awesome.
Me too.
Trying to get, I think my chat jumped on me.
Yeah, I hate when that happens.
Everybody's conversing. The chat is active tonight. They're active. Curly Jaw says Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is the best Halloween film to this day.
Yep.
Sure.
I have Armageddon soundtrack on CD. It's got that song from Aerosmith, I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. It's a good soundtrack. There's some ZZ Top on that soundtrack. And
that particular song, though, I never want to hear it again, ever.
You don't want to close your eyes? You don't want to fall asleep?
Because he'll miss it.
I don't want to listen to I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, ever.
Okay. I get it. I got you. Do you think I would make a pretty girl with the right shade of lipstick? Says Hillbilly Confidential. I haven't seen you, man. I haven't seen you.
Lipstick does it, though.
It can. Who is Square Jaw tonight? I'm telling you, fellas, the OCD is real. Anyone looking forward to Halloween Ends? Says Vengeance.
I was until Halloween Kills came out.
So does that mean that you were a fan of 2018?
I mean, yeah, I thought it was at least a serviceable kind of reboot of that franchise. And then Halloween Kills came out, and I was like, this is probably going to turn out bad. And I still kind of feel that way.
Do you think that they'll have a catchy slogan in Halloween Ends like Evil Dies Tonight? You think they'll continue that trend?
Yeah, I think there'll be something new like that, yeah.
Evidently, there's going to be some sort of wild ending to it from what I'm hearing. Or something.
It's going to be real crazy.
Yeah, that people are really not going to like, but whatever. It couldn't be any worse than the...
what could they do to make you dislike it even more? Is there something that you can think of they would do that would just really piss you off at this point? Because I just don't care. So I don't feel like there's anything they could do to me.
I mean, the biggest thing that they did that kind of just pissed me off with Halloween Kills, aside from making the movie completely nonsensical, was they thought that if they just brought back every minimal character from the series, that all the fans would kind of forget how bad the movie sucked. So,
the nurse, why is she hanging out with the kids?
Yeah, why?
It just doesn't make any sense.
Why are any of those people? And it's just, I think they'll probably try to do that again because that's what horror film remake things are now. Like the Scream movies and those, they're just bringing back old characters to try to hook in people like us for nostalgia purposes, and they don't do anything. They just stand around and, whatever. And then the younger kid characters, the ones that carry the films. It's just stupid. Like, I hate that whole idea.
Do you think it would have been better if Paul Rudd was in it instead of Anthony Michael Hall?
I think that my grandmother would have been better than Anthony Michael Hall.
Could you imagine Paul Rudd doing the "Evil Dies Tonight" chant and it not being a joke?
I mean, that was brutally stupid. If that's a word.
Well, did you like the Loomis look-alike that they got?
I liked all that part. I liked the opening of it. I thought the flashback stuff was good. I mean, it's not like it's
it
obvious.
Looks good, but just
I thought it was cool that they
like,
didn't try to do makeup and CGI stuff because I've seen so much of that bullshit, and I just thought it was cool. They actually saw some guy on set. Hey, you look like Loomis. Come over here and play Loomis.
Yeah, man,
I'm glad that they did that as opposed to some CGI bullshit.
Okay, so I would prefer that to the way they did Billy Loomis in the Scream.
Yeah.
The last one where they de-aged his face or whatever and put him in there.
He looked kind of funny.
Please stop doing the de-aging shit. If you don't have the technology to do that well, just stop.
Where are they going to go with the new Scream? I mean, I don't see how you could continue doing it. And it's always...
Well, of course they're going to New York, though. Scream takes New York. Isn't that the new thing that they're talking about?
Yeah. Are they going to be on a yacht in the beginning and then end up in New York for 20 minutes?
The kids are obviously going to college Sydney did in Scream 2. And they'll be around New York, and it'll be a new setting, but the same exact movie, probably. So,
well, that's coming out pretty quick, too, right? I think they're going to start working on that.
I don't know. But yeah, I thought, Loomis and Halloween Kills was all right. Don't you have an impression of Loomis from Halloween Kills?
Well, that's the thing I was going to mention. I mean, he looked cool and everything, but they couldn't come up with anything else for him to do except run in his freaking house and yell out, "Hawkins! Did Michael kill again? What's going on in here?"
That's it.
Did Michael kill?
That's it. Did he kill again, Hawkins?
I wish they would have got that actor to deliver the "You don't know what death is" line from Halloween 2. I would have liked to have seen an exact replica of that moment where he runs out of the house. "You don't know what death is," and he just takes off running. Been awesome. I legit opened Vampire's Kiss today, and the disc was missing. Such a bummer. Damn.
That's MVD, isn't it?
That
MVD
happens
rewind.
from time to time, every
Holy
once in a while.
shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
They don't do that a lot. Not like Scream Factory.
Halloween 6 should come with the producer's cuts.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find a question. Do you think reboot sequel to Revenge of the Nerds could work in today's social climates, or would it get too sanitized, politically correct, or just become a cookie-cutter film? They can't make comedies at all anymore.
No, you can't do any of that stuff anymore.
You're going to offend somebody, and we can't have that.
Yeah. You can just... it'll be... They would put it on Disney Plus or something, and it would star a bunch of people that were 12
It would be
years
like
old.
that last Home Alone remake that they did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine
I just watched Revenge of the Nerds for the first time 3 or 4 months ago.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't
Actually, I like the sequel a lot too, Nerds in Paradise.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one either.
You got
Snotty.
to check that one out.
Snotty's in that one. That's James Hong.
Yep.
Anywho, can you imagine them trying to do Porky's or something like that today, though? They couldn't do anything like that. They could do 5 minutes of that movie now.
Absolutely not. Brian Goes Blue says, "I got a Boglin for Christmas this past year. Freaking love that thing. It's so cool."
They are pretty cool.
The Lost Boys 4K is coming in October. Hopefully.
Yeah, I bet that'll look amazing too. The Blu-ray of Lost Boys I thought looked great.
That's a steelbook too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a UK steelbook right now. They have it up on Amazon, but no images or nothing.
I'm guessing they're going to do something in the US too, but who knows?
Yeah, usually they'll announce this stuff over. Like Poltergeist, the same thing. They announced it overseas already, but they haven't here yet. But you gotta, assume that that's coming.
Yeah.
4K Media Guys here. Welcome, man. He says that they release the rest of the Halloween 4Ks. I hope it's not the same covers with the leaves again. I was talking about that this week. I really want to see the resurrection cover with the leaves in the background and Busta Rhymes poking his head behind Michael.
That would be amazing.
I can almost guarantee you it's going to be the same thing with the leaf blower and all.
I would almost be upset if it wasn't. I want them to match my other ones. So don't do something different. I mean, come on. I don't like watching wrestling these days because it's all repetitive. Yeah.
Definitely is.
ECW 2006.
Has old Curly watched WCW from like 2000, early 2001?
Look, when I'm going to say one thing. Before the whole thing happened with Chris Benoit was on ECW, right? Like there was some good stuff on ECW for a little bit on their show. For a brief
I think
window.
old Curly liked the Zombie and shit like that, though.
Yeah. When I think CM Punk, Benoit, there were some good people on that. AEW coming here in August. I'm hyped, says Mountaineer Media. Did you guys see the Addams Family is getting a 4K Steelbook from Paramount? You guys are fans of the Addams Family movies? What's your guys' favorite Addams Family? Do you like the first one or do you like the Values?
I don't know if I've ever seen Values. I like the first one.
You haven't seen Addams Family Values?
I love Values. That's the summer camp one.
That would be actually my favorite because of first of all, the turkey song and all that stuff.
Yeah. And it's got Joan Cusack's the villain in it. And she's
Joan
great.
Cusack is like the girlfriend of Fester in it. And
I think I've seen some of that at least.
Who are the two counselors that it's the guy from Jesus. When they go to the camp, there's the two main counselors. Like the guy is
one of them's from Ghostbusters 2, isn't it?
Yes, he's the little guy. Yeah. That's that's running around talking about Vigo throughout the whole thing. Yeah.
This Vigo. And which I'm a massive fan of Ghostbusters 2 as well.
Yeah,
I like Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah,
I like it a lot better than Afterlife. People are putting Afterlife over. I don't get it. I don't understand why, really.
I like Afterlife, but it's not. You can't do Ghostbusters again. I'm sorry. It's not the same. Like, you have to have that cast. Like, that's what Ghostbusters is that camaraderie between those four actors. So it's just hard to do again. But Ghostbusters is a fun, like, Spielberg type movie, I guess. I don't know. It's okay. But you didn't get the chills when all the old Ghostbusters showed up at the end?
No. I was ready for the movie to be over with at that point. I mean, it looked good.
It didn't melt your heart when you saw, CGI ghost Harold Ramis holding the girl's little, little ghost
like
gun,
I said, that did. I thought that looked good. It looked.
They did it well.
Yeah, but I mean, at that point, I was ready for the movie to be over.
It was really stupid when they redid the entire plot line from the first film with different actors. You got Paul Rudd being the key master, being Rick Moranis, and then the other girl being.
I think they lost me in that movie a little bit when they got to the part about like the little Stay Puft Marshmallow people that were running around the grocery store and all that. I'm just like, no.
Yeah. Merchandise.
Yeah. Van Gool says Addams Family Steelbook better not be. Love that movie and I would buy it. Well, you're gonna have to buy it. Oh, Curly Jaw says Bret Hart was awful. He's probably one of the worst wrestlers I've ever seen.
You gotta give this guy credit. This is amazing.
He's consistent.
Yeah,
I'll give him that.
I went to WrestleMania 17. One of the best moments of my life was unforgettable. That was that was a memorable WrestleMania. Can you sing any Limp Bizkit? Do you know the My Way or the Highway? Check out, check out.
I was never a big no. I know the chorus to Rollin'. I can sing that.
Rollin', 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 rollin'.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Biker Taker was pretty badass. Huh? Pretty good. Almost like watch Street Rod Outlaws. When the Undertaker streak ended, that was it for me. Pretty much. Yeah, I think me too. It wasn't like because of that or anything, but that was, I think, the last WrestleMania I remember watching in the entirety, I think.
Yeah, he should have never lost, really.
It was pointless because he wasn't done after that. Like, he still wrestled, he wrestled this year, didn't he? Or was it last year?
I think maybe
what was his last
year.
match?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
the thing about it is, I think that's really when a lot of people lost faith that WWE like knew what they were doing, or had any kind of
And I know he liked Brock, and it was the whole thing that he was like, if anybody's going to beat me, I want it to be Brock Lesnar. But I mean, come on. I don't know. Was it for pre-order? Subscribers get mailed out first, is what JS says. Is that a thing? How many VHS movies? I already answered that, I believe. Wrestling still has its gems. Rhodes, Rollins, Hell in a Cell. Rhodes with a torn pectoral was madness. I think I saw images of that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah,
Cody Rhodes, baby.
Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. I liked. What was their group? The Shield. I like the Shield. That was probably like the last great faction, I would say. Oh, they're pretty good. Top 3 wrestling pay-per-views. ECW 1, December to Dismember. WrestleMania 22. Vengeance 2006. Was there a Vengeance 2000? What was Vengeance 2006? I'm trying to think of it. It had to have been like Randy Orton and Edge fighting somebody, because they were like a tag team in 2006, right? Or no, I know the main event. I think it was Rob Van Dam, Edge, and John Cena, maybe triple threat match.
I can look it up, but WrestleMania 22 is actually pretty good. I don't know. Yeah, he's throwing a good one in there.
He put one decent one in there. I don't know why. Like,
that's where I remember being there, and everybody was booing John Cena. Like, it was incredible. Everybody was singing. That's where all the Cena sucked stuff like first started. And like, I remember turning to my friend when we got done watching. I was like, Cena's done. They're gonna have him lose the title tomorrow. There's no way they're gonna keep the title on this guy. It's getting booed out of the building. And then he goes on 15 years to have the title like every month.
The main event of Vengeance 2006 was DX versus the Spirit Squad.
Yes,
you guys remember the Spirit
I remember
Squad?
that. I remember that. But didn't they do RVD, Edge, John Cena, something going on there?
The WWE Championship match, RVD defeated Edge, and they had. Do you remember the Imposter Kane? They had Imposter Kane versus Real Kane.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
This would be one to go back and rewatch. John Cena versus Sabu.
Was that in Vengeance? I thought they did that at One Night Stand. They didn't do that at One Night Stand, did they?
They may have done a rematch or something.
Cena fought RVD at One Night Stand because that was a big deal.
Yeah, that was epic. I watched that live.
Then Edge and Mick Foley fought somebody. Didn't they team up to face the Dudley Boys, I think? Possibly.
That sounds right, yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I was big into it in 2006. When do you think we will get Stranger Things Season 3 physical release? I don't know. I mean, Target was doing them for a while, and they just kind of stopped.
They'll probably release like one big box set with all of them.
Yeah. I mean, it's Netflix, so I don't know. It won't be anytime soon for Season 4. Scarface is getting a remake. I'm kind of worried. Really? Another one? That would be like the 4th remake, I think. Highlander is apparently getting a remake. I didn't know that. The Dominican Scott says, what's your favorite music? Cable says, Uncle Bill's not sugarcoating Sold Survivors is awful.
Yes, it is.
I like classic rock music, and modern music's more like I'm into Americana a little bit.
I like Reba McEntire and Matchbox 20.
Those are good ones.
Three Doors Down.
Sugar Ray.
Hoobastank.
Hey, I like me some Sugar
Incubus.
Ray, I'm not gonna lie.
And Dave Matthews Band. Most of all.
Hoobastank. Did you know
that was my high school life right there, Hoobastank.
Charles Band's son was in a early 2000s rock band, The Calling or something like that. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Didn't they have one like fairly big song? Because I remember them.
Yeah, I don't remember it, but yeah, they did have one or two that were kind of on MTV and stuff.
What? That's That's a hell of a question right there.
What?
That last question. Do you know this line from a movie? And it was like, nobody go in that bathroom for 30 to 45 minutes.
Don't nobody. Do you guys know that?
Yeah,
you know,
that's Friday.
Right? Oh, yeah. Black Phone is based off of Joe Hill's short story, so it's got that going for it. Yeah, well, I'm excited for it.
Joe Hill looks exactly like Stephen King circa like 1985 right now, too,
does.
by the way.
Yeah, he does. I think it's funny that he was, I mean, it's cool that he's trying to go out there and make his own name without his, dad's name, but because not a lot of people knew that was Stephen King's son for a while. The Night Flyer will get a Blu-ray release. Do you guys think that's going to happen?
I think it will. I love that movie, by the way, and it's one of like the most underrated Stephen King adaptations.
Is that HBO? Do they own that? Because I think someone mentioned that before to Felcher when we had him on, and I think like that may be the same sort of deal with The Hitcher. Like The Hitcher here in the U.S. is owned by HBO, and they don't. I don't think they license their stuff. They just leave it. So maybe like somebody overseas can do it.
Is that what's going on with Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead? Because I was looking at my DVD the other day, and it's HBO's on the back of it. Do they own that one? Is that why they haven't put that on Blu-ray?
I don't know what they do with their. They have it on HBO Max. Like I think they have their stuff on there, but they don't license their stuff. I don't think.
Interesting. I didn't really know until recently, I guess, that HBO had their own like stuff like that. Because Don't Tell Mom with the Babysitter's Dead, I think, was Warner Brothers too. So I guess they're like partnered with them at some point. I'm double dipping on Lost Boys 4K if we get a Steelbook. Do you guys do a lot of the double dipping?
Some stuff. I try to avoid it if I can, but if it's something like, occasionally there'll be movies that I haven't even upgraded on Blu-ray. So I'll be all over those.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, I don't do a lot of that, really. Like, I don't buy a lot of the same stuff. But, like, there's certain movies where I'll just buy every single thing that comes out from them. Like, Dawn of the Dead, for instance. If they put out whatever, like, I'll buy that. A lot of the Friday the 13th movies with those damn steel books.
We're still rebuying
they keep putting them out, and, like, we've got all those movies 100 times.
Are you going to get the 4Ks if they do, like, 1 through 4 this year?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Is that your favorite horror franchise? It's Friday?
Probably. As far as an overall franchise, like the first 8 are all kind of respectable to me. But they're in a weird spot, though, because they're doing the 4Ks. They're doing 1 through 3. Yeah. But they're also on the third Steelbook on the Blu-rays.
Yeah.
So are they going to continue on with the Blu-ray Steelbooks as well?
That pisses me off so much. I was like, I just want the Jason Goes to Hell one because I think that would look so awesome. They did like the Part poster 8 on it.
I want the Part 8 poster one.
Or no, I'm talking. Yeah, that's what I meant. Jason Takes Manhattan is what I meant, not Jason Goes to Hell, because I know they can't do that one. But yeah, that would look awesome. But I'll collect every single one of those. I'll buy the 4Ks for sure. Pops is in here. What's up, Pops?
Hey, Pop.
How are you doing?
What's going on, Pop?
I saw a post on Reddit that Vampire's Kiss was also missing a disc. Well, that's not good. I'm glad mine's delayed. Maybe I'll go ahead and cancel it before it gets here.
Yeah, that would be bad if all of them were without a disc.
Yeah, can everybody check your Vampire's Kiss, and if it's missing a disc, post it on Instagram or something. Let's figure this out. Revenge of the Nerds would be the new Porky's or Groove Tube. Trying to see if I got any more questions, because I got some questions of my own before I get you guys out of here tonight. And I think we'll go ahead and get to those right now.
Sure.
So you guys are physical media collectors, obviously. Have a lot of Blu-rays and 4Ks. Where did it start for you guys as collectors of physical media? Does it go all the way back to when you were kids, teenagers? How long have you all been in the collecting game?
It was VHS. I think for me, I was making copies of VHS tapes at the video store. Right, this was before
That was my grandma and my aunts. That's literally how I watched so many movies as a kid. They would go to the video store every single Tuesday, bring them all the new releases on, record them on tapes. So I watched all kinds of movies, 3 movies on a tape, 6-hour VHS.
Yeah. And I did that with like wrestling too, like wrestling pay-per-views and stuff like that.
I got a whole box in there over there.
I collected that at first, and then VHS tapes they started to go down a little bit as the years went by, you know, because back in the 80s and early 90s, you couldn't really buy just anything you wanted on VHS for at least an affordable price. But yeah, I got really hardcore into DVDs kind of early on, and it just kind of exploded for me there. I have all of my stuff still, like, and I think Uncle Bill's the same way in storage, like all the old DVDs and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking like probably where I really started collecting physical media would have been the Anchor Bay era of like DVDs, and that would have been early 2000s, something like that. I mean, before then I had VHS tapes, but around here you couldn't really get like a lot of the films and stuff that we, you know, watch now. You couldn't get anything like that on VHS around here. You had to buy them from like specialized people and collectors and things like that would get them from places like Lexington, stuff like that. But when Anchor Bay came along, it kind of changed all that, and that's when I really remember collecting a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, because I had a pretty good size VHS or DVD collection. I did collect a little bit of VHS when I was a kid. Do you think that we're kind of spoiled now with physical media? Because back then with VHSs, like those were pretty expensive. Like I feel like more expensive than everything is now, and it was such shitty quality. And now we're getting such good stuff now that even if there's some minor imperfections, people seem to complain and bitch about it because they spent like $20 or $25 on it. We're paying like
nowadays everybody nowadays is like some sort of fucking physical media, you know, like they can set the things on your television and stuff like that to know exactly like what specs that you have to have for certain. It's like, and I'm pretty sure half these people are just blowing stuff out their ass, and they're just, you know, but that's the way it is now. It's like everybody has got some issue with every release that comes out because, you know, and I think it's ridiculous in a lot of ways. Like, you can't just enjoy a movie anymore because you have to know like what exact color tint combination to put into your TV to watch it. It's like, who gives a damn, man? Like,
well, the early days of DVD, it really wasn't about picture quality or anything, so nobody really cared. It was about getting the movies in widescreen. That was a big deal. Like the Friday the 13th movies, when Paramount first started bringing those out every fall, they brought a couple out each year. That's how they did it. And some of those movies, like Friday the 13th Part 3, was in that 2:35:1 aspect ratio. So when you watch the tape, it cut out like half the photo or half the picture. So it was almost like watching some of these movies for the first time, just seeing them in widescreen.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I get what you're saying. People, they get too out of control on like overall quality now, and everybody. I heard a reviewer say that you shouldn't even be reviewing something if you don't test it on like 8 different TVs to see the different outputs. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm not watching a movie 8 different. First off, I want to enjoy it when I get it, and I'm reviewing it and talking about it, but I'm not. I don't know. People just get too bogged down with the technical aspects and specs. Sometimes it kind of gets on my nerves a bit.
I mean, anybody that's been watching movies for an extended period of time, you can tell when a movie looks good or when it doesn't look good based on. You don't have to know like all that stuff to figure that out.
Pretty much how my reviews go. It looked good. It looked awesome. Or it looked like shit. It's either one of those.
It's all you need. Just 2 speeds.
Well, let's see. How big is your all's collection? How many films? You all talked about having stuff in storage. So you actually have storage areas for your older DVDs and VHSs? You haven't given anything away since you started collecting?
I've sold a few things, but not much, man. I think I've got probably around 3,000, 3,500, something like that.
That's a good amount.
I don't think I had that many, but like if you included like all my DVDs and stuff that's in storage, it would probably be like 2,000, something like that, maybe over.
I have an Excel spreadsheet, so I know pretty much everything that I've got, but I don't know where it's at.
I need to get one of those.
Going like a scavenger hunt trying to find,
You don't have it all cataloged. It's not all in alphabetical order. Do y'all do alphabetical order? Anything like that?
It used to be, yeah.
Are you running out of room? How hard is it to put stuff in proper locations? Do you have anything on the floor? Just waiting for.
I've got stacks over here.
Yeah.
I've got a stack over there. I'm out of room totally. I'm jealous of Garrett's spot. He's got just a huge, like, full basement area, which it looks like you got a pretty good spot there too.
I got a full basement down there. We finished it in 2019, but my wife only allows me to use this room that I made for myself. So I do have plenty of room though. I have this wall behind me, but I still have these other walls that are empty. So I got places to go still.
Right. So unfortunately for me though, I collect records as well, and you can kind of see.
Yeah, I see those on the floor.
And those are on the floor too. Yeah.
And we collected posters, which, like, I mean, if anything takes up room, it's friggin' posters, like the way that they're stored and everything. So I mean, we've got vinyl posters. I collect figures. I don't think he collects figures or anything like that, but I mean, there's just no room for anything. Like for me anyway, like. Majority of I had to take out all my DVDs, any VHS tapes that I had, anything like that, put them in storage. So it's all just Blu-rays, 4Ks, and like memorabilia now.
Yeah.
In the house, anyway.
And did you ever get into laser discs and all that stuff? Did y'all have those back in the day? Still have copies of those?
I still have some of them actually. Laserdisc was kind of like I got into DVD and Laserdisc right around the same time actually, because early 2000s, Laserdiscs were like almost free. You could order them online, $3 a piece, brand new, some online stores. So a lot of the stuff that didn't come out on DVD for years, I watched it on Laserdisc.
Yeah. So you said you guys have been on YouTube since 2005, correct? Have you all always talked about like physical media, or did it evolve into physical media, or you just kind of always done a mixture of both physical media? Did you all do DVD reviews back in the day and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that one of the first things that we did were like, would have been reviews, wouldn't it? I don't know if we actually like showed the movies or anything like that, but it would just have been like reviews of like certain horror films that we had seen. And then we started getting screeners from companies as the show got a little bit bigger, and then we would, talk specs and things like that with the movies. But probably from 2006 on, we would do like DVD.
Well, the show started in 2005, and I didn't hear about YouTube until like it was early 2006, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we were just doing a little bit of everything, reviews and skits and stuff like that, little short movies we would make. But yeah, we always, like as far as reviews and stuff go, talked about the special features and the studios. There were a lot of smaller studios around that time as well that just kind of went belly up, that nobody ever references. Like Subversive Cinema was one that we talked about. It's kind of like an early Vinegar Syndrome from back in the day. And Tartan Asia Extreme. We watched more Asian movies than I ever wanted to around this time.
I see those at Big Lots a lot.
Yeah.
The Tartan Asian Extreme.
That's where they need to be, yeah. $3 or something.
But lots of smaller little labels like that you don't ever hear anything about now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty fascinated by all that stuff because I've only gotten into boutique labels and stuff within the last 5 years. Because before that, it was just I collected movies, but it was just whatever's on the shelf at Walmart or Target or wherever I went. Or back in the day, I would go to like Suncoast Video and FYE and stuff. But I definitely have never
Suncoast,
collected.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they're completely out of business, right? There's no more of those left, are there?
I haven't seen one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Suncoast is the day I got my DVD player, that was where I went to get movies. And they were like $30 a piece, the DVDs were around that time. So they were not cheap.
I tell you though, what's weird though is back in like 2006, 7, 8, things like that, there was a ton more companies that existed than there are now. Like now there's not that many that really get exposure and things like that. But back then, man, like in terms of like what they call boutique labels now, there was a lot, like a dozen of them used to send us stuff like that was, and I could rattle off the names of them, but I mean, they were, ones
Are
that did
most of those like pretty much non-existent now?
They're all non-existent now. Yeah, I guess like after the big boom of the
there's
early
a few
2000s.
that's still around. Like Anchor Bay, oddly enough, just died quietly. Like they just went away.
Yeah, I mean, Blue Underground's still around. Synapse is still around.
We got Severin stuff Severin's been around a long time.
Severin's been around for a long time. Yeah. God,
when did Vinegar Syndrome come?
I
think it was like 2012, maybe 2013, and they
around the same time as Scream Factory.
Yeah, but they weren't released. They were releasing like straight up porn for a while there, I think. Yeah. And I don't know when they made that. Like it was the Lost Films of Herschel Gordon Lewis, which was porn, basically. I think that's what they started with. I think that was like 2012, 2013. Somebody may know in the chat there. But yeah, what made me aware of Vinegar Syndrome in the early days is they did a Blu-ray of Madman and Don't Go in the Woods Alone, which is two of my favorite 80s slasher movies. And that's the first time I remember hearing Vinegar Syndrome as far as the company goes.
Yeah, and they just did the Madman 4K. Correct? Is that the one they did in 4K?
We're on it too, isn't that cool?
You're on that one? Oh, I remember y'all talking about that stream y'all did for the Vinegar Syndrome sale. You were trying to get them to send you a copy of it. Did y'all ever get a copy?
They actually did. They did.
And it's been down here waiting on Uncle Bill to come and get it for about 6 months.
I knew that. I knew you were bringing it up.
Somebody sent me the slipcover to that. So just the slipcover, not the movie. So I don't have to worry about picking it up anytime soon, I guess. I'll be good when I
I heard the transfer on that.
Yeah.
But it was free, so.
So have you found like being on how has being on YouTube and talking about this stuff kind of formulated your collecting habits over the years? Do you feel like you've bought more? You've bought, would you have bought less without being on YouTube and talking about this stuff, every single week? Or do you feel like it's shaped you at all?
I've definitely bought a lot more.
Yeah, for sure.
Me too.
When we were doing we were on hiatus for like 4 or 5 years, not doing anything at all. I didn't buy much of anything really. There was a couple that I bought. Scream Factory did Trick or Treat, which I had to get it, and just random titles like that. But I was completely cold turkey there for 3 or 4 years, and since we started doing these shows again and stuff like that, I've just kind of got the itch.
You get people like Garrett will come along or somebody like that, but I use Garrett as an example because he's talked about like releases that I had no idea even existed of certain movies, and you're like, okay, well I got to get that now. And it's like if it wasn't for YouTube and things like that, you would never know about a lot of this stuff, or I wouldn't.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Like I said, before I got into this, because I first got on Instagram before I got on YouTube, like just showing off the collection or just talking about movies in general, like 2017. And then I started seeing all these like special editions like Scream Factory and stuff. I'm like, what is that? I was like, that's awesome. Cool artwork of Misery and Silent Night, Deadly Night. Oh, I remember that movie when I was a kid, renting that on VHS in my local video store. And then I kind of got into it from there. And it's like I wouldn't know anything about any of this stuff. I'd probably still just be buying random Blu-rays off the shelf if I didn't get into this community like I am now. So
it's very pricey too, even when they have the sales. Jeez, I mean, Vinegar Syndrome title on sale's $30. Wow, what a deal,
Yeah, that's why I don't ever jump into the Vinegar Syndrome sales as much. Everybody's like, you need to get into them, but I'm like, these are still like $30. Like, this doesn't feel like a sale. It's different than that because I collect Criterions and stuff too, but when Criterion does a sale, they're at least $20. Kino Lorber actually has probably the best sales.
Yeah, that's the one we always talk about.
Arrow in the UK,
$8-9. Yeah, Arrow does some good stuff too as well. What are y'all's top 3 boutique labels? Out of all of them. Scream Factory's obviously number 1.
Yeah, of course.
Sure, they're number 1
for quality. If you want quality, you go to Screen Factory.
I would say Arrow is number one. They're hard to beat, man, because for one thing, they always do a bang up job on the transfer. The extras, there's way more extras than anybody would ever want on this stuff, to be honest with you. I mean,
to me, like Arrow Video is, because the big three to me are Criterion, Arrow, and Screen Factory. And Arrow Video feels like the mix of both Screen Factory and Criterion, because they do just as good on their special features at Criterion.
Mm-hmm. And their packaging too, you know. I mean, they can make the worst movie look like $1 million. Mm-hmm. I mean, much like Vinegar Syndrome would be in the top 3 as well, just because of the marketing, man. I mean, and the job that they do with these transfers on movies that otherwise you would probably never even have these out on disc, aside from maybe a DVD or something.
Like that Eric's Revenge, The Phantom of the Mall they did last year. The packaging was freaking awesome on there. The movie I enjoy, but it's not a great movie. But,
I was amazed that movie got any kind of like special edition, because it's not a good movie at all.
But the packaging on that one in particular as well. Like I said, they made that felt like a big release, you know, and I think it did really well. I think they sold out of those pretty quick.
I would put Synapse in there too, even though they've been getting a lot of heat for, you know, releasing just regular editions of a lot of their things that were supposed to be only special editions. But I think in terms of like the quality of their releases, I don't think there's a better company than
I did watch the Manchester Morgue last night, and that was a great transfer.
Yeah.
Like transfers, I enjoyed the movie too.
That's an underrated one, I think.
Yeah, it's super gory and brutal. Definitely one of the goriest like zombie flicks I've seen.
Yeah, from 1974 too. That's crazy.
I'll tell you, the thing that got me is when he reached over that girl's shoulder and just pulled her breast right off. I was like, Jesus Christ. It's so brutal.
Yeah.
That was a good one. So just getting into a couple non-horror or non-physical media questions. What are some of your favorite horror subgenres?
Slashers
of horrors.
Slashers is always the number one, I think, for me anyway.
Yeah, I like slashers.
And if you want to get more specific, like backwoods slashers, like Madman, Don't Go in the Woods Alone, The Forest, Just Before Dawn,
Wrong Turn 3.
Yeah, Wrong Turn.
I always liked evil kid movies too. Like I've always, even the really old ones, like The Bad Seed from like the 50s.
Yeah.
I've seen that I don't know how many times.
Would you throw The Good Son with Macaulay Culkin in there?
Yeah.
Heck
I like that one too.
Remember when he dumps the dummy off the thing and it hits the car and everybody thinks that,
I even like Mikey. Mikey was an evil little motherfucker back in the day.
I got Mikey. MVD, the release. I haven't watched it.
Yeah, I'm glad that, I'll check it out. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too. I got so much back there that I need to check out. And I'll let's see. What do I want to ask you? This is going to be the last question. So I got to make it good. Okay. What are some of you guys like horror? You talk horror a lot. What are some of your favorite films outside of the horror genre? You know, comedies, dramas, musicals, classic films, you know, rom-coms even.
I'd love to get into the musicals that I'm into, yeah.
Go on, yeah. What musicals do you like?
I like The Sound of Music. I think that's an amazing film. The Von Trapp Family Singers is great. Singing in the Rain's a classic. Jesus. What else? You got to have West Side Story in there.
Did you see the new one?
No, the Spielberg one, but I heard it was amazing. Like,
I haven't seen it yet. I bought it, but I haven't watched it.
I heard that the cinematography in that movie is like second to none, but I haven't seen it.
I like I liked baseball as a kid, but I still love baseball movies. So really anything, you know, baseball related. It could be, you can name anything, like, you know, Field of Dreams is obvious, Bull Durham, The Natural, stuff like that. A League of Their Own's another one that I kind of like. Madonna did
that's my favorite baseball movie is A League of Their Own. I love that.
Yeah, I've seen that a million times.
I'll admit it right now. I bought that Columbia Classics collection for like $130 just because A League of Their Own was in there on 4K. I could give a shit about any other movie in that collection. I did like Dr. Strangelove, Kubrick's film.
It's a good movie.
Yeah. But yeah, I love that.
You mentioned comedies though. I would say like any of the Mel Brooks stuff early on, like Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, History of the World, all that stuff. The Zucker stuff, Airplane, Top Secret.
Top Secret. Did you get the Blu-ray of that one that just came out?
I don't have the Blu-ray of that.
Yeah.
No. Any of that stuff, even like the Fairley Brothers and stuff like that, I like. So.
Yeah, I like the movie. This is a weird random one here. Rockstar with Mark Wahlberg. Have you ever seen that?
Oh God, that wasn't like that long ago, was it? When was that?
Like 2000s?
2000, I think. 2001.
Yeah, maybe it was. It just doesn't feel like it was that long ago.
Like, because I love that.
I don't think I've seen it. I
like music-based movies as well, revolving around stories. Eddie and the Cruisers is another one. Have you ever seen that one?
No, haven't seen it.
Oh man,
gotta check it out.
Cruisers out, yeah. Almost Famous is one of my favorites as well.
Yeah, I got that one. I have not seen Almost Famous yet. You guys gonna go see Elvis in theaters?
I'm sure I'll see it eventually. I won't see it
No, probably not.
I'm not a huge Elvis fan, oddly enough, but I would watch it for sure.
Yeah, I like biopics too. I liked Rocket Man, which was a great biopic that was also a musical as well. I really enjoyed it.
Did you like the Queen one?
Yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody I thought was amazing. I saw that in theaters. The movie itself, I watched it at home and definitely liked it less. But when I saw it in theaters, it felt like a concert. Like I was at a Queen concert. So I love that movie in the theater. But yeah, look, you guys have spent over 2 hours with me tonight. I appreciate it so much. You guys giving me your time, your dead pit time, your very valuable dead pit time, coming on my channel to talk physical media, movies, and all that stuff. But I'm going to let you guys out of here because I know you're busy. You got stuff going on. I'm sure you guys have to work in the morning or something.
Coal mines.
Oh, yeah.
The wait.
Preparing for streams and stuff. You got another Scream Factory, right? History of Scream Factory, year 5 coming up.
Yeah, that one's 4th of July weekend. I think on Sunday nights, what we're planning right now on the 3rd.
I'm excited. I love those streams that y'all do.
And we're making this one kind of, Stars and Stripes themed, right?
Right. Luger's going to come out.
We're planning something kind of funny for that, hopefully, if it works out.
I'm sure Garrett's going to dress up like Apollo Creed from Rocky IV.
And we got a really cool one coming up on Friday, this coming Friday. It is the Horror Media Hall, Haul, of Fame. So this could be not only a DVD, Blu-ray, or 4K. We're talking about anything, VHS, Laserdisc, any particular release that deserves to be in that Hall of Fame. We're going to be talking about 6 of them, I think, total.
Awesome. That's going to be Thursday night?
I think that's Friday.
Friday night. Cool. I work weekends. I work like 13, 14-hour days on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Oh, wow.
So your guys' streams that come on like Thursday night, Friday night hit at just the right time for me because it gives me something to listen to for the weekend. Not a lot of people I feel like are putting stuff out on the weekends. So I appreciate that. But yeah, we still got 108 people in here watching us. I thank everybody for being here. Definitely hit the like button if you guys have not already. Appreciate everybody that joined us in the chat tonight. Old Curly Jaws, of course, with all the hot takes. He's a fan of the American Pie franchise, but doesn't like Book of Love. See, that doesn't track. Book of Love is actually a terrible film, so you would think he would like that.
Yeah, I like the American Pie movies. The first 2, at least.
Yeah, I like American. I remember seeing American Wedding. I think I came out around the same time as Freddy vs. Jason. I think it was like in the same month. So I remember like doing a double feature with both of those back in the day. Colin says The Rocker's pretty good. But yeah, thank everybody. Vicky, you got Cable Guy in here. Huck, My Killer Podcast is in here tonight. Caveman Movies, Movie Fan. Vicky. Thank everybody for being here and staying with us for over 2 hours. I'm going to let you all promote yourselves and your channel one more time before we get the hell out of here. So the floor is yours yet again.
Basically, Deadpit. We own the name, Uncle Bill. There's a crappy movie from 1989 that Brett Leonard attempted to make called The Deadpit. But
it's trash.
If you search for Deadpit anywhere, deadpit.com, Deadpit on Patreon.com, Google Deadpit, what's number one going to be on there?
Well, on Deadpit?
Yeah.
It's going to be shop.deadpit.com, Deadpit on Patreon, Deadpit on Instagram, Deadpit on YouTube, Deadpit on Twitter, Deadpit on TikTok, Deadpit on Fireshoot. I don't even know if that's a thing, but if it is, we've got some sort of page.
Netscape Navigator, boys. Netscape Navigator. Search
That's
for
right.
Deadpit on that and you'll find something.
That's right.
But yeah, thanks.
Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
Oh, man, thanks for having us. Yeah.
I appreciate somebody finally inviting us on something. I don't know if people are
Absolutely.
scared of us.
And guess what? You guys are welcome back. You're welcome back anytime, anytime.
We appreciate it.
But yeah, like I said, I've said this numerous times throughout the stream. You guys, links are down below. Definitely subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Go check out the website. You got all kinds of content on there as well. And yeah, thank you everybody for being here. And we'll see you guys later.